Folks, we are live back with The Collector, the Investor in the Collector podcast, episode number 3. Nick's here, guys. He made it.
No, Alex was late, not me.
Yeah.
Dude, I was calling him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's only 10 minutes. Fashionably late. What's going on, everyone?
Appreciate everyone sticking around, holding tight for a second. I don't know, man. What kind of crazy stuff's going on in this hobby right now? You definitely stay a lot more on the ground, boots on the ground than I do. So what are the top news stories today? Because I don't even want to say this week because that's like way too much for the Pokemon hobby. Every day there's like 10 new dramatic news stories. What are we dealing with today, dude?
Dude, I think the common denominator right now is theft. Theft has been huge.
Theft.
I've seen.
So you're telling me like the rattles and the opossums, they have content for days right now.
Oh, absolutely. Content for days.
Good for them.
Yeah, Rattle messaged me over the TCG thing. So we're at my table, right? I'll tell the story. We're at my table. Brian's going through Sean PokeVolt's cards, right? They're going to buy them. And then Sean goes, holy shit. He goes, my bag's gone, right? And we're like, dude, where was it? And he's like, I don't know. One of those aisles. Points like 3 middle aisles. And we're like, what color's the bag? And he's like, green. So now Ryan's running around looking. Brian, me, we're all looking. I'm like, Brian, watch the table. We're looking, and I'm like, let me see your green bag. I'm looking in people's green bag, right? And then that night, Ryan goes, bro, it was a fucking gray bag the whole time. So everyone around the convention is looking through green bags, and it was a gray bag the whole time. But it had 3 evolutions boxes gone. Someone else had something stolen from there. Gone. You have to be so careful. And then you're seeing like other shows, everyone's just stealing. It is the worst I've seen it in such a long time.
I mean, honestly, dude, this is me just being real about it. I can't believe it's taken as long as it has for more of this not to be happening. I mean, when I walk around these shows, like I'm always like super like aware of everything going on around me. I look at what people do at their tables and I'm just like, how are you guys not getting stolen from? To be honest with you.
Yeah, but bro, so the one show I was in New York, and I'm hanging out with all good people, and the ETBs are about 3.5 feet into the table, like on the edge. Brian's like, "Oh, here's your food." I turn around, they swipe a Hidden Fates ETB, and it was like that. I turned around to give them the money to pay for the food, put my food on the table, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And they walk by instantly. And a lot of the times there's no cameras in these places, so you have to rely on someone else filming.
That's ugly. Yeah, I mean, like I'm talking more about like it's like these people. It'll be like one guy working the table, and he'll be like handing out cards to like 3 or 4 different people, and they're all looking at him. And he's letting some guy look at a binder. I'm just like, dude, there's no way you can keep an eye on all that stuff. You're trusting all these random people with thousands of dollars of slabs and stuff in their hand, and it just blows my mind that people are just that trusting of. I feel like when it comes to this hobby, people lose sight of real dollars and they don't truly like understand what they're doing. It's like if you could take like stacks of $100 bills and you get like handing those out to people, I think it would like it would draw a little more in you to be like a little more like aware. But because they're just in forms of slab cards, people don't actually like take into account what they're doing and what kind of money they're handing out to people.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to get like caught up in the moment too, right? That happens a lot. You're doing bang, 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 and you're just so focused that you'll put your stuff down or you'll put your Zion case down. And you know what I do? I'm going to tell everybody. This is how you can avoid this. I have 1 million Apple AirTags, and I stick them in booster box cases, booster boxes, acrylics. My Zion has 3 different ones. I just jam.
What do you mean in booster box cases? How do you do that?
Like under, I mean, I'm not gonna. God forbid anyone tries anything, but it's,
I mean, like you don't. They're still sealed.
Yeah, still sealed.
Okay.
You can like stick it
under the lid, I guess. Under like
but with like cases you don't care about, right?
Gotcha.
Because they're not just gonna take one case; they're gonna try to take it all, right?
Yeah.
So
poke theft is on the uptick, huh?
Yeah, and also you could like tape on stuff, right? Like you could tape on the back, like not like just painter's tape. It'll stick.
For sure.
You just have to.
Have you personally had
Tape.
anything stolen yet?
I told you the hidden fate spot.
Oh, that was yours.
That was mine.
Okay.
That was personally mine.
So
And
hidden
like
fates.
in the grand scheme of things, I mean, at the time it was $140, but in the grand scheme of things, it just sucks. It just sucks to happen to you. It doesn't matter if it's $10, $5, $1,000. It just it doesn't feel good. It's like you worked hard for that, and then somebody is just doesn't have the right intentions. It's like then go collect shoes if you're gonna act like that. Like, you hear all these piece of shit stories there, but don't bring it into this hobby. And it's just gotten so bad with the influx of collectors that it sucks that you can't just trust people. Like in the beginning, there were so many people you could trust. I'm sure there were bad people too, right? But now it's just an influx of just people are like, oh, I can make money from this. And then you have all these new walks of life coming into this, and then you just hear, oh, I got this stolen from, and kids aren't learning. Here, I see kids who aren't learning from their parents that just go there and they grab everything. Yeah, dude, I grew up dirt poor, and I was always told you don't steal. Like if you want something, work for it, earn it. These kids are just seeing that. Like I think I told you the story. I'm walking in the Target, right, and this little girl's by the entrance. And I'm walking in and I see her standing there. And then the second door opens because I'm walking in. She runs out with like 5 Xbox controllers, like all in the plastic. And then I see an older guy pull up. This girl's like my daughter's age, 6. The guy pulls up and she hops into the Accord and drives away. And I'm like now this little girl's going to grow up to think it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is awful, man. I mean,
teach your kids morals.
I get it, dude. It's getting brutal out there. I mean, it's definitely happening more than it should. I mean, honestly, it's people are gonna have to like start taking more care, paying more attention. Like the snatch and grab stuff, where like literally, you put it on your table and someone snatches it and it's gone. That's probably never gonna be able to be prevented. But like, I think people do need to be more aware of like, well, how many people do you have working your table or your booths?
But then it's costing you more money. Now you have to pay someone to watch your stuff.
Or you gotta do what Bubble Store does.
Or look at PokeHive. PokeHive's posted a new video every day of someone stealing from him.
Well, what I'm saying is do what Bubble Store does. Make them freaking line up, one person at a time, and if you guys don't like it, go somewhere else.
Yeah, because you just don't want to get overwhelmed. You don't want to be like, oh, I'm hitting this guy this card, and then someone's like, I want to see this card, because they'll work together too.
For sure. Oh, absolutely. You got to be street smart with it, because people are they're working all the angles, and they know how trusting and like naive a lot of the vendors are. And they're taking advantage of it.
Yeah, and people are realizing there's big money in Pokemon. These people have money.
I mean, you got to have your bags attached to you at all times. Don't put them down. Have it. I mean, it's brutal, dude.
We'll get back. We'll get into the other stuff that you guys want to hear. But anytime I have my Zion case, right, and I set it down, I make sure I put it in between my legs and rest my leg on that Zion case. So if someone even comes behind and tries to move it, I will feel it. Like it's always touching my body, right? And I'm always paying attention to my surroundings. Yes, when there's big crowds, it gets hard, but always make sure whatever you have, your book bag, right? Make sure it's zipped really good, because people will walk behind you and unzip it. So be careful with that. I've seen so many horror stories. So if I can help the new collectors not have anything stolen from you, because I'm telling you, you saw Sean's mood, PokeVolt's mood, go from all excited about to do a huge deal with Brian to his whole morale shot down, then Ryan's morale shot down, then they ended up leaving the show, right? And you can see how it can affect other people, and then they're angry, they're upset. And at the end of the day, he lost 8, 16, 20, 2,400, $2,500, right? So
it's weird because I've always, I don't know, ever since I went my first show, I've been aware of that. Like I've always had, whenever I walk around, like have my wife, like, kind of walk like a little behind me, so that way she can keep an eye on my backpack. And I'm always kind of aware. I don't know. I've always been like super like on edge about that stuff. So luckily I've never had it happen, but it's just like, I think people just need to get more on edge. Like I understand it'd be nice if we could live in fairy tale land where you just like, everyone's trustworthy and no one steals, but it's like, dude, this is the real world. And people just need to wake up and realize like, yes, this shit's out there. You got to take better care of your stuff. And if you do have people you trust, you guys all need to look out for each other and like,
sit together.
Don't be just sitting there on your phone, or when you have downtime, or like dude, just have your head on a swivel and just be looking around and like eyeing people up, watching other people's cases. Like everyone needs to do that work for each other, because it's like, dude, just because you don't have a customer doesn't mean other people don't. Doesn't mean other people aren't trying to get scammed. So it's like, I just think the vendor and the sections as a whole, they need to probably do a better job of like being aware of their surroundings.
Be like a team. Like after our shows, right? Like anytime we have cash or whatever, we don't walk to our cars by ourselves, right? We'll have 4 or 5 people where Dom, Brian, Chris, we're all walking to the cars together, right? Because God forbid, you don't know what's going through someone else's head. So this isn't a lecture; it's just tips and tricks you guys can protect yourself. Unfortunately, that's just where we're at with the influx of growth in this hobby. People don't always have the best mindset, and that's just where we're at.
And honestly, here's the honest truth too: is if the market or when the market slows down in, I don't know, 6 months, a year and a half, you'll probably have less of this going on, because a lot of like those kind of people will probably fade out. Unfortunately, like when we have huge booms like this, you're gonna have probably bigger booms and theft and things like that.
Yeah, it just comes with the territory. That's it.
So theft is on the rise. That is news article number 1. That sucks to hear. Yeah, I mean, Rattle and those guys, they do a good job of calling it out and getting to the bottom of stuff. So hopefully they can sniff that out. What else? The Japanese terrestrial festival set.
Yeah, that's
so. What is the significance of that being sold out at Pokemon Center? So how is the whole Japanese like MSRP retail price, like Pokemon Center price, play into all that in Japan?
I
Like,
mean,
what's the price like that like most people in the U.S. like that like import it pay? And then what's the price of it in Japan? What's the price of it on Japan Pokemon Center? Like, is that a big deal for it to sell out of Japan Pokemon Center?
I mean, I think the same thing happened with 151, right? But then we saw how quick 151 skyrocketed. So basically, that's what they're saying is it's sold out on Pokemon Center. So now it's going to go crazy, right? And Japan supposedly prints way more than English does. So I don't know. We're about to see what's going to happen. I mean, you can't give too much information. I don't want to speculate because we have the release is today. I can't tell you people were selling packs yesterday at 30 a piece, right? I can tell you that in every case there's a God pack that's guaranteed now. Yeah, I'm opening a case as soon as I get it. I wanna open it. I got an argument with Alex that the Japanese cards are so beautiful, and he's like, I don't like the extra texture. I'm like, dude, they're so nice. So I'm trying to convert him. I'm working really hard. He's getting 2 cases of this. So when you guys open it, I'm waiting for him to call me and be like, all right.
Yeah,
dude,
make sure you tell the whole story. I got 2 cases to open on stream. I'm not keeping it. I'm not investing in it. I'm not collecting it. I don't like the trash, but I want to cater to my customers that maybe do like it.
Sorry, I'm still working. It just doesn't stop. I'm sorry.
Hold on, while you're doing that, let's shout out Collector App, guys. Gifting 50 memberships. Nick, you use Collector App, don't you?
Yeah, I have a collector's app, but I don't add everything in it. Everybody tells me to.
Yeah, guys, make sure to check out Collector App. Honestly, like it's a nice, easy way to just keep track of your collection, see how it just rises and falls over time. Like, just keep track of how each and every item's doing. It makes it like all simple right there on like a chart, so you're not like going through your spreadsheets and having to like update your spreadsheets all the time. Get an app store; it's real easy. Appreciate you guys as always, and make sure everyone to thank them for your gifted membership that you got. But no, Nick. So what I was really asking is like, so like in English, right? The normal market price for a booster box is like $100, but on Pokemon Center it's like $161. So it's not like that in Japan though, right? Like, what is it? What is the normal market price compared to the Japanese Pokemon Center price? What's the margin there?
So I believe like these booster boxes are only like $30, right? $30 US. And then we're paying, I think, I forget what we're paying. Less than 55. Let's just say that. Less than 55. But they're saying that this is going to sell out so fast that we're going to see it go way past the 50 mark. That's what I'm hearing. It's just the way that it's being ripped already. It's not even out yet, but I can only speculate on it because I'm seeing people sell packs for $30. But I want to see what it's going to be like on Monday when everything's finally here from overseas. I was trying to look up my text message from Sam to see when mine's arriving. So we'll have a better idea. Actually, I have no idea why so many people have had it early. I know it must have been pricey. So people are paying way more for the boxes too right now.
No,
But
I guess my whole point was like, it doesn't seem that significant for it to sell out at Japanese Pokemon Center because the price is basically retail price. Whereas
yeah,
like it's a lot more significant for something in English to sell out at the Pokemon Center.
why do we have to make that comparison right now?
No, dude, I'm not trying to make Japanese English. What I'm saying is, like, if a retail price is normally $100 and then it sells out at 160, like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, like, does it really matter that it's selling out at Japanese Pokemon Center at $30 US? Like, does that really mean it's like gonna moon?
See, this is all right. This is the part of the Japanese market I don't like. What was it? Clayburst, right? I think it was Clayburst, or what was the other one? It was either it was when that came out, right? And it had Dendra, and those boxes were going for like 120 off the bat. So it'd be like retailing at $40 and then going at 120. With
Okay.
this, it's not at that point, but this is also just a half booster box. This isn't a booster box itself,
Yeah.
right? So this has way less packs. So seeing this sell at 55 right now is normal. But like I said, I don't want to speculate on it and say where it's going to go, but I can see the hype and already where it's heading.
Gotcha.
Because, think about it. You have 20 packs in there. People are paying $30 a pack. That's madness.
Dude, that doesn't even make sense.
I know. That's like retail.
Who's paying that? Who told you that?
It was on Whatnot the other night.
What?
Yeah.
That had to be like the first person to ever have it or something.
Dude, that's $600 a box right off the bat.
Yeah, there's no way it's going for that.
No, I don't think it's going to go for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if this box hits, 70, 80, even $100.
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Hold on. All right, on Whatnot right now. No, dude, you can buy a whole box for 105. No, they're not going for that kind of money anymore.
Yeah,
you may
buying a
have saw
box
like,
at 105 is a lot of money.
well, yeah, but that's not 30 a pack.
Oh, no, but I'm saying breakers, that's what they're charging right now.
Who though? I mean, that might have been like the very first box ever opened on Whatnot, maybe. But like,
I saw it on my Instagram feed.
Yeah, I think it's gonna come down very quickly. I mean, it's always kind of like that when people get stuff really early. I get it. Collector app, another super chat. Alex, you sound sick. Hope you feel better soon.
So Sam said it was 10 packs per box.
10 packs.
Yeah, Master Set Games said $10 per pack. 10 packs per box.
There's only 10 packs in a box?
I thought in those half boxes there was a little bit more. Is it? Oh, yeah. I mean, in V-Star Universe, there's, I guess, just for this set.
Isn't there 20?
I thought there was 20.
Dude, we should really come more prepared if we're going to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, that's why I said I'm not speculating until I open it. I said it 3 times.
Collector, I appreciate you guys. I am sick. I am trying to power through it and still get the videos and streams out. Definitely not feeling good enough to do pack breaks, but yeah, I'm able to at least get through these. And
dude, it's funny. I was FaceTiming Alex the other day, and I was opening a V-Star box, and I can't even tell you how many packs are in it. You literally watch me open it. I just keep ripping. It's a real issue. So there's only 10 packs in the half booster boxes. And then
everyone's saying 10 packs.
Yeah, and then in the 151, there was 20 packs, right? Is that it? High class sets are 10 packs. Okay. And this is the high class.
That's pretty good. I guess $10 a pack. I mean,
all right. So then they're selling it for $300 a box.
Dude, like I said, I don't know who you saw. No one I see is selling it for that. Like I'm looking at
Alex does hate it.
No, dude, I'm just looking. Dude, let's pull up. Anyone can pull up Whatnot, Fanatics, like anything they want right now. There's no seller selling it at $30.
Mars, I can count my money though.
There's no seller selling it that high, dude. That's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Go to Pools can get that kind of money for it.
Go to Pools can get fucking $1,000 a box if he wants.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think regular people are getting $30 a pack, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, maybe it was just because they had like maybe they did like a case. I don't know. And then the God packs here. We haven't hit the God pack, and then people pay more, and then more and more. You know how it goes.
See, all right, dude. Let's talk of some Japanese and English real quick.
Yeah, see, Sam's saying the same thing. He goes, a lot of times auctions will go crazy and whatnot, and people make a huge deal. Then another auction goes for well under. So yes, there could be people hyping it, but yeah, I'm telling you, I saw like the confirmed sales at like $31, $32.
Yeah, I am not saying you're lying. What I'm saying is maybe I was like one of the first boxes that someone ever got, and now it's started to get watered down as people are starting to get their orders in and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but this is where I wanted to go with this. Like everybody knows me. I'm a pretty big collector. I mean, and you could say investor too. But right now, these prices are just too much. If you want to open stuff, I think that's fine. Grab a couple to open for yourself. But with all this new stuff coming out and these prices double MSRP or triple MSRP, don't buy a shit ton to put in your closet because you're going to get so hurt right now. And I've never had so many messages. Should I buy this? Should I buy Surging Sparks at $12.50 a case? And my answer right now is no. This is the same thing happened when we were messing with One Piece a little bit. Alex and I both said we don't want to spend $200 on a brand new box. Right now, if you want to open Surging Sparks for Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is, then open a Surging Sparks box. But wait, guys, everything is still things that are in the reprint window, right? I have a feeling Paradox is done, right? I don't even know if we're going to see Temporal. I don't. But I would focus on the Paradoxes. The Temporal is not super expensive. I would focus on that. Hell, even Scarlet and Violet base is still affordable. At least I have a 80% feeling that it's not going to be reprinted for those 3 sets. But everything else is still in the reprint window. And I just saw so many people get hurt in the past that unless you're looking, and this is the common denominator right now, everyone wants to pay this because they want the quick flip. Yes, if you're going to do a quick flip and get your free tendies, if that's what you want to do, then do. But for me, if I can get them for a good price, yeah, I'll buy them and put them away. But right now, I'm taking profits on some stuff, right? Like I everything is shot up so much, and they say it's the crypto boom. But for it to be like this, guys, it's very seldom that we see these kind of markets. It's also a great time to sell some stuff. I'm going to be honest. This past Sunday, I moved a lot of stuff. I gave Ryan a lot of stuff. I gave Bolt a lot of stuff. I sold a lot of cases. It's fun to open, but right now, do not pay double and triple. You're gonna get hurt.
I heard you also bought a lot of stuff though.
Yeah. Well, I took those profits. All right. You got me. So with these things growing for making trades for stuff, it makes sense, right? So if I have a product that I'm not spending money, so I didn't buy a lot of stuff, I traded stuff, right? So I was able to get a Unified Minds case, a Lost Thunder case, and an Ultra Prism case, right? But I took stuff that I had that went up in value due to this boom, and I put it towards that. So I didn't come out of pocket for it. There's a difference.
Difference. Okay.
It is.
So what are you buying? Like what you don't tell what you're buying, I guess if you don't want, but like what would you be buying right now? It's not Surging Sparks, not Prismatic.
Silver Tempest. You see my videos? I've been posting cases arriving to my house every day. Silver Tempest. In the past 2 weeks, I've had 6 cases come in. Because you can still find them between $900 and $950, which I think is a fair price because that's $143 a box after shipping and taxes, $900 to $950 right there. So that's just what I'm buying. Yeah, that's what I'm buying right now is Silver Tempest.
For sure.
I love Silver Tempest.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, like if you can still go to Target and find the Lost Origin box or Lost Origin ETB, the Brilliant Stars ETB, Astral, Silver, grab them. I just actually had my Target order cancel on me. I can't believe it happened. I'm not look. I'm gonna cover my info.
Dude, everything.
But look,
no one's safe.
Canceled. I was so excited. I was like, all right, it makes sense. Canceled. See you later. Yeah.
I think you'll live.
I mean, if you can find stuff for retail, Pokemon Center still, guys, Pokemon Center still has so much Sword and Shield still on there. It's flying, but if you're not too late, you can still grab the packs for a decent rate. Now's the time to do it. That's just what I even have orders on Pokemon Center right now for build and battles, because I think in a couple of years, I don't want to crack booster boxes, but I'll crack build and battle stadiums all day. Fusion Strike, Lost Origin. That's fun for me.
So you're talking about just like buying for like ripping.
Yeah, buying for ripping for myself. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, because, dude, I mean, all Scarlet Violet's rising, like everything. I mean, I think people are not realizing it, but I mean, if you go to TCG Player, look at prices, Scarlet Violet base set, $120 box. That's a thing. That's real life. We're here. Paldea, it's had multiple restocks now, back to 140. No big deal. Obsidian Flames, over $130 a box. Like Paradox Rift, up to like 125 a box already. Temporal, up to like 135, 140. Like everything's moving up a good 20% or so in the past few months, and it's kind of happening without anyone really talking about it, because it's not those big dramatic like jump ups like we've seen with like 151 or Paldean Fates or Surging, but everything is much more expensive, and you can't find it anywhere anymore. Like all the stores are selling out, distribution selling out. I know Nick contacted me about getting him some Paradox, and I'm like, all right, no problem, put in an order. Oh, it's all gone. And it's like, and I talked to Eli, it's like all of his distributors are basically out of it. It's all of a sudden, all of Scarlet Violet era, even the bad sets are selling out, and they're all rising across the board. And it just seems like it's the signs of the market that we're in, dude. I just don't think there's going to be a cheap option.
So it's not like a bad set. You can't say like it's bad. It's not the greatest set. I mean, just in general, right? It does. I think it's crazy because you and I have talked about this, like with Darkness Ablaze, right? That's still $50 a box, and we said that was a bad set. It's just like some sets are going to.
I'm still saying that's a bad set.
You didn't like Obsidian Flames at all?
Oh, Obsidian. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant Darkness Ablaze.
No, Obsidian. Like I'm just saying, you said bad set to Obsidian Flames a couple times. Like I don't qualify it as a bad set. And like Scarlet
Violet, if that's not a bad set, then what is?
Crimson Invasion.
Right. Well, I'm saying in Scarlet and Violet, does that mean like no set is bad in Scarlet and Violet?
Those illustration versions are good, but I mean, I don't know. It's just not. It's not bad.
I mean, dude, you weren't a fan of Stellar Crown, and it's like, dude.
I mean,
it's got the Squirtle Bulbasaur.
It doesn't matter what I like and what I don't like. It's what the market likes, and that was the greatest thing I've ever learned. Right? I might say Chilling Reign's my favorite set, right? But it doesn't matter what I think. Is the market likes Fusion Strike and Lost Origin, and I have to get that out of my head. And that was like one of the biggest things I learned in the beginning. Doesn't matter what I like. If the market likes this, then that's what the market likes. And you're gonna go way further if you could figure that out.
Dude, that was one of the worst. Like, so back when I first started making YouTube videos, that was like sort of the rhetoric that so many content creators were pushing. And dude, it irked me so bad. And I always wanted to like snap at people that would say it. They would always say this one phrase, and you remember it. Just invest in what you like.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, that is the worst. That is the worst advice I've ever heard in my life. It's like, here, no, collect what you like. If you have no like financial worry about it, but it's like, if you're going to invest in what you like, what if what you like is what no one else likes? Like, what if you just happen to like all the crap? Like that is, you need to invest in things that you think the majority of people are going to continue to want and spend more money on as time goes on. You're trying to predict the outcome of like future growth when you invest. You're not trying to buy things that you like.
Yeah.
That's such good advice.
The market can be wrong too, though, because for a while, Chilling Reign and Fusion Strike, when you would buy a box and it would come with 2 Brilliant Stars, a Fusion, a Chilling, you'd set the Brilliant Stars as the last packs because that's what you want to open, right? And you're like, Chilling Reign's first. It sucks. Like I've seen so many people do that when in reality, it's crazy because the market can shift, right? It's a lot of ebbs and flows. I've never seen anything like that. It was forever. People were like, Fusion's horrible. The pull rates are god awful, this, that. And then Fusion just went boom, 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 boom. And now Fusion's the second best set in Sword and Shield right now.
Yeah.
It's wild, but yeah.
I mean, talk about, you gotta remember base set. Base set's actually still the most second valuable set.
Oh, is
And
it?
it just goes to show the power of scarcity. It's just like,
Yeah, it was way
that's
less
what
of that.
happens when one of the worst sets in the era doesn't get a reprint. Like, people don't get it. They're worried about, like, trying to be in the best sets all the time. It's like, hey, what if they reprint Surging Sparks 5 times and they never reprint like one of these other sets, like Stellar Crown? Stellar Crown never gets a reprint. There's a possibility it could be worth more. You never know.
I mean, but that's the thing. You have to kind of form your own opinions too, or you're going to be too late, because everyone kept saying Paradox overprinted, Paradox is crap, and now everybody's grabbing Paradox nonstop. At the show, I sold, a couple of cases of Paradox, and I've regretted it already because it's more. But I've always liked Paradox. I've said I love Paradox. I said it reminds me of a Chilling Reign. I literally said that to you, and look at it. I think there's a lot of potential behind it.
Dude, there had to be some kind of
great.
There had to be some kind of I don't know, like, strategic buyout of that set. I don't know what happened. I remember not too long ago talking to Eli about, because I was like trying to like figure out what kind of plays I should make, and I remember talking to him about Paradox and asking him like how many is available at distribution and stuff. And dude, he would tell me like, oh man, they still have like 15,000 boxes here. They still have this many boxes here. I'm just like, all right, so we still got some time on that. And then it's like overnight, they're all gone. I'm just like, something's happening here. This must have been some weird strategic buyout by tons of the big stores. Like, it was like thousands and thousands.
I asked you to grab a couple for me, and you're like, yeah, they have 60 cases left. And I was like, all right. I said, I just want a couple. That's it. And then the next morning, Alex was like, dude. And I'm like, what? He's like, they're gone. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, they're all gone. So someone bought all 60 cases. They're gone. No, I'm not saying you should FOMO in the Paradox.
Rudy,
I think it's a good set. And I have to give myself one little shout out. If anyone has Chilling Reign cases, look at me. If anyone has Chilling Reign cases, please sell me them. I just want a couple more Chilling Reign cases. Do you have any Chilling Reign?
What are you paying for Chilling Reign cases right now?
I don't know. How many? It depends on how many I'm buying. If you're giving me like 10 of them, I'll give you like 14 a pop.
Hey, do you really think that's the best idea?
I like
going back and like trying to buy these cases after.
All right, but was it the best idea when I bought Unified Minds at $1,200 a case?
Yeah, but you bought. I feel like you bought these Sun and Moon and XY sets after they had like gone stagnant. People had forgot about them for a while. Whereas like, it's hard to buy things when they're in the middle of a pump, in the middle of a boom.
All right, but Chilling Reign, if you're looking at the numbers, Chilling Reign is the only one that's not pumping. Fusion's pumping, Lost is pumping. Chilling Reign is just sitting there.
Yeah, same with the Blaziken. The Blaziken is not the Espeon. They're not, or sorry, Espeon's in Fusion. Blaziken and the Moltres, they're not moving really at all.
Yeah, and that's good for me. It gives me more time to buy it. Just like Silver Tempest is stagnant. It's like this is when you buy it. When it's red is when you buy it, not when it's green.
How big of an influence do you think Rip and Ship, Rip to Hit streamers have on supply right now? Everything. Like, they're everything to do with it. I'm part of that problem. Like, we've talked about it before. I think that is the main thing that separates the hobby now from the hobby 5 years ago and 10 years ago is they can put out whatever printing numbers they're going to put out. They printed this many billion cards this year. It's like, guess what? And this many billion I've already got opened. And there's just so much less than people actually realize is out there, right? Like, they'll see someone like Rudy or they'll see some other person posting some weird warehouse or this or that. It's like, guys, you just saw Surging Sparks. You just saw those couple of companies release like 600, 800, 900 boxes, and they were gone in literally an hour and a half.
Snap, gone.
Like, I mean, do you know? I mean, 600 to 900 boxes. That's like what? It's over 100 and some cases. Like, do you know how much product that was gone in an hour and a half? And then people see like a pallets in a warehouse. They think, oh my gosh, that would crash the market. It's like, no, it would get eaten up in pretty much no time, and everything would be back to normal. and now you would have cleaned out yet another warehouse or another pallet or another this.
Yeah,
And it's just people aren't realizing the effect this rip and ship culture has had.
yeah. I mean, if you really think about this, and this is crazy, if Rudy was to dump his entire position that he has in Pokemon, it would be gone in 2 days. I say that with so much confidence. Like in the grand scheme of things, if you have 3,000 boxes of Twilight Masquerade, they would be gone in a heartbeat. How many cases is 3,000 boxes? I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm saying what I'm saying. It would just fly. That's how confident I am in this hobby right now. It's crazy. The influx is just it's incredible to see. It's amazing to be a part of. It's just scary to be buying in a market like this unless it's the newer stuff that's still fairly priced. And that's, like I'm focusing on stuff that's not going to reprint. We're not going to see Chilling Rain reprint. We're not
Here
going to see.
he's got 20 cases of it, dude. There it is.
Yeah, message me on the ThePokePlumber on Instagram. If you're being serious and you want to sell 20 cases.
Oh, it seems like he's being serious. He got really upset that we were ignoring his messages.
Dude, I need glasses. I've been so busy. I haven't even looked at the eye doctor's appointment, so I can't see. Like I have to go this close to be able to see it. But AMP 260, shoot me a message.
AWP, but hey, close. It was close.
I can't see. I told you.
But no, I mean, I think rip and strip streamers is like, I think it's like the new thing that's going to have a huge effect on the market, and that's what people don't get. It's just like every box that used to come out, let's say back like Evolution's time, right? It's like it had to get either opened or someone had to buy it and store it away. But most of it, it's like that's why things would sit so much longer at distributors, and why like reprints would have such a larger effect is because you weren't having as much of it be opened, right? It was just casuals. Maybe some people did some mass openings. You had a couple. I mean, but like no one was doing this, and now everyone's doing this. Like you can log on any hour of any day on pick your platform, Whatnot, TikTok, Drip, Fanatics, eBay Live, YouTube, Twitch. Log on any hour of the day. I promise you're gonna find somebody opening packs.
Dude, it was 9 a.m. the other day, and since he's in the chat, I'll give him a shout out. Master Set was on there streaming. I saw it pop up on my little app. It's like, I'm like, dude, it is early. Like, you have somebody there 24/7. But the thing is, so many people are converting to streaming and rip and chipping because the money there is big money. Like, these guys are making more than me, right? And it's insane. I have a great trade. I own my company. And I see what some of these guys are bringing in, and I'm like, man, I don't have to kill my body. Maybe I'll start streaming. Like that definitely goes through my head. I have the product. I'd be able to do it for a long time. But, man, it's incredible what you guys are making. I have to give you props. It's beautiful. But it's also fun. Like your job is opening Pokemon cards. Like that would be so much fun for me, just ripping or selling slabs or grading slabs. But I see how hard these guys put in the work too, and it's not easy. It's not like, hey, I'm just gonna stream for 3 hours. No, you're gonna stream for 3 hours. You're gonna ship for 5 hours. You're gonna have to get new inventory. You're gonna be on the phone. You're gonna
3
be
hours. That's good.
6 hours, whatever you have you. 8 hours, 9 hours till 3 a.m. It's like when I'm up at work at 6 for work at 6:30, some of these guys are still up streaming from the night before. It's wild to me.
Oh yeah, I had this one from my stream, and they literally said, Alex, I was watching you when I went to bed, and when I got back up, you were still live. You literally were live through my entire sleep cycle.
That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
But no, I mean, I love it, dude. Like it's like, one thing with me, it's like I gotta enjoy something. I gotta be able to. It has to be authentic, or I can't do it. And that's why like Whatnot didn't work out for me. Is I didn't enjoy the singles. Like I have zero enjoyment for them. And I know people do very well streaming singles, but I hated it. Like I think it's so stupid. Like here's your card, 5 seconds to bid. Okay, good job. Here's the next card, 5 seconds, guys. Like it was zero fun for me. But like pack opening, it's so fun. It's like it's always a mystery. It's always every time you hit a hit, it still gives me that same like rush, even if like it was my own card, like pulling that 151 Charizard, pulling that Bubble Mew, right? Pulling that whatever it may be. And so yeah, I mean, like if it ever wasn't fun, maybe I wouldn't do it anymore. But I still have a blast every time I do it.
Dude, I would never be able to do it because I'd rip them a good card and be like, hey, I'll pay you for it. Oh, you won't sell. I'll pay you more. Like, I would be horrible at it because I'd want to keep everything that I pull. I'd be so jealous. I'd be like, oh my God, I've had this box here for 10 years. And now you just pulled, the full art flash fire Charizard. I'd be sick about it.
Poke Finance guy said it's getting larger and larger. CTR is doing it now almost every other day. You were just with Ryan this weekend. He is full time now, right?
Yeah, he's full time.
Yeah, so I think that's one of the reasons Poke Finance guys. He used to have a full time job. Now he's doing Pokemon full time, so that's why you're seeing him more.
Yeah, everybody. Sean is doing it full time. He's not doing what he was doing. Like, all these guys are really going to it full time.
Yeah.
Dude, it's such a battle within. It'd be so much fun. But, for me, that's what I'm afraid of. If I did it full time, like, would I lose the collector side of me, and would I see it like as too much of a business? Yeah.
You 100% would.
Like, after getting my ass kicked at plumbing all day, I love coming home to this, right? So that's what scares me too.
Nah, you got the best of both worlds, dude. Like, honestly, like, it's one of those things where, like, the grass is always greener, right? Like, you're always going to see, like, goods and bads from both sides. But, yeah, I mean, I think you do definitely lose something. Rudy's talked about that in his videos. Like, I've heard other people talk about it. Like,
he said he's dead to it, or he's numb to it.
Yeah, I'm not quite numb to it, but I've definitely lost something going full time and, like, just seeing I guess when you start doing such a mass amount of things and you see so much, you do become, like, a little, like, desensitized to the whole process, and it doesn't become as special. It's like, even after you start, like, mass grading, right? And, like, you used to want to, like, find that one card, and you're just like, dude, I literally just had 20 of those in PSA 10s, like, that I moved last month. And it just, like, it really takes you down from that whole, like, trying to search and find that one card to show, like, and I guess for, like, the vintage collectors who are trying to find, like, some of those really super low pop, super niche cards, it may still be that way. But, like, man, any modern card, it's just like, dude, just log onto eBay whenever you feel like buying it and buy it.
Yeah. Well, I actually have something. All right. I remember my notebook that I left. So with all this sealed product, whether it's Sun and Moon, XY, Black and White, I remember prior to the show that I was at on Sunday, NJTCG, amazing show. I remember walking around and people had a bunch of Sun and Moon boxes, XY boxes, and the one guy had like a Lost Thunder box and something else, right? And I gave him an offer, and he was like, "Oh, I want to be here, right? Higher." And I'm like, "Oh, that's too high." Then someone else had Celestial, Lost Thunder, and one other thing, and I was giving an offer, and he's like, "Too high." So during the show, he's like, "Oh, I sold that box." I was like, "How much?" And it's like, basically market, right? Then the other guy sold it at market and higher, right? Like, he started higher and they were like, "We'll take it." Then I watched someone sell a Burning Shadows case for $3,000. That's $500 a box. So little old me, who used to buy these collections at 75 to 85%, depending what it is, you have these whales coming in here and buying everything at 95% because when they rip it, they can make 120 to 130%. So that's what's making it very hard for people who this is their full-time business. It is such a competitive market to buy because you're going to have to pay 95% to get that lot. You're going to have to pay 90% to get that lot. And I'm just
part of it's the market too, right? Like the market condition we're in. Yeah, Master Set Games, I pulled it up. He said, "I've been struggling to collect my Sparkle Eyes and keeping my business going strong, though." Yeah, I mean,
dude, he's such a liar because I know so much stuff he has that he won't sell. Maybe you're going through that now, but I know your collection and you're an animal.
Called out.
I'm calling him out. Dude, he has some awesome stuff. And I know you don't like it, but he has a lot of Japanese boxes that when nobody wanted them, he was just stacking up on them. I don't want to say too much. I don't know.
Hey, dude, I'm happy for anyone that made plays and made a profit on them. But yeah, Japanese is always going to be trash.
Dude, Sam is great. I have to give Master Set a shout out. Dude, he's like a well-oiled machine. Like, I've never seen anyone do what he does. At a show, I hung out with him for a couple hours, and it was just like bum, 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 taking it in, it was awesome. Got to give credit when it's due.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, but I think a lot of it's just the market we're in. Like, I think there will come a time, in my opinion, and I don't know when it's going to be, a year and a half, 2 years, when things slow down, when nothing is always goes up to the moon, when you can't just send bots all around the internet to all the different sites and buy up everything and then make instant profits on them. There will come a time when all that slows down, the easy money's gone, and people are starting to want to sell, and there's less people that want to buy because they're scared, and you will be able to find those 70, 75, 80% collections again.
It's Marilyn. She's the one that does NJTCG.
That's think we can convince Alex to come to New Jersey TCG? Marilyn, I appreciate the super chat. How was the show? Was it good?
It was amazing. I told you how crazy. I said that was the most I've ever sold at a show. It's insane.
Dude, it's just, man, that was a brutal trip to New Jersey that time. That was like a 16-hour drive for us.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a hike.
I mean, I think if they had a New Jersey show near like a Collecticon or near something else, I could try to like make a long trip out of it and try to do it all.
Couple weeks. Yeah, well, and you learned what tolls were in the state of New Jersey.
Dude, everything up there sucks, dude.
Alex
Everything's expensive.
There's
tolls everywhere.
I was like, dude, we have tolls. He's like, what are those?
Look, I grew up in a red state. We don't have all that crazy stuff.
He's like, what is a toll?
I literally said that. I go, what the hell is a toll? I was like, what is that?
Oh man, it's another scam. Yeah. She said, dude, 140 tables sold out like that. I'm telling you, she has the best show in New Jersey right now.
Really? Wow.
It's only getting bigger. Bro,
damn, those are strong words right there.
I got home from a wedding, right? And I sent her like a message at 3 a.m., right? And I was like, hey, it was about payment or something. And I was like, I have a wedding. And she's like, go to sleep. She messaged me back. She's like, go to sleep. I'm like, all right, I'll see you in 3 hours. Like, she is prepping for that show, right? Until the show happens. At 3 a.m., she responded. And then she was there at 6 in the morning. Yeah.
Hold on. Is this RNG Games' wife?
Yeah, that's his wife.
Oh, okay. Now I'm putting the pieces together. All right.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Damn.
Yeah, you gotta give credit when credit's due. She's killing it.
Everyone I talk to says the shows are great.
Dude, you know me. I only do the Collecticons, and now I'm doing her shows. That's how good it was.
That's awesome. I love.
Yeah, I was like, I'm done with shows.
No, I love hearing that, dude. I mean, what do you think about what I was saying though about like there will come a time where you will be able to find those and pay 80, 85% again, 75% for that stuff again.
It's scary to think about.
Like, do you think that time will come again though?
I mean, in the future, I think it'll be here again. It's not. I don't think this is going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever, right? I think we'll see waves of this, but I think there's going to be so many people that just joined this hobby that once one person's like, oh, I got to get rid of this, right? They don't want to do it anymore. Then you have like 10 people saying, oh, I'm selling all my Scarlet and Violet boxes. So if you have, I'm just giving an example, 10 people post at the same time on Facebook, you're going to be able to buy those lots it's going to be a battle for the lowest bidder, right? Like they're going to be like, oh, I'll take this. And then another person will be like, well, I'll take this. That's when you can really buy those lots. And I'm telling you, there will be a point that people got into the hobby. They were making the quick tendies. It's not going to last forever. And they're going to try to liquidate. Look how much I saw with the Sword and Shield stuff, right? I was getting messages every day of people getting out when they heard about the x-rays, right? I was buying so many collections. I'm like, all right, shoot yourself, right? And I can see that happening again when a bunch of people are like, all right, I'm done with Pokemon. The quick tendies aren't here. I want to just sell everything. So yes, I can see things going back down to 75, 85% one day. I can.
Yeah. Guy, I remember when that came out, dude. So many people, like I had so many people in my comment sections like, oh, you're screwed now. You're going to have all your stuff's going to zero. And it's like, what do you think now? And I'm just like, I would give my opinion. They'd be like, you're just saying that, try to protect your own investment. You know, this is going to ruin the hobby now.
I bought more. I don't care.
These people, man.
There's always something that's going to come up, right? It's like clockwork. Every year, 18 months, there's a big news that's going to crash the hobby. And all I can think of in my head is like from Finding Nemo, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. And I've lived by that since I've been collecting. And I double down. I buy more. That's it.
No, Marilyn, Rob doesn't get the credit. I was just trying to put a name to the face type thing. I've never met you on screen. I met Rob on screen. I did a stream with him with Eli. No, I'm not trying to give him your credit. I know he's even giving you the credit. He says that you're the mastermind behind the whole thing. So Nothing like that. Nothing like that. Maryland gets the credit.
Yeah, but that's yes. I sold Sean a Ultra Prism case, and then Ryan got a Team Up box, Unbroken Bonds box, a couple black and white boxes, and stuff like that. But hold on, let's go back to where we were.
Hold on, let's go back to like, did you ask Ryan why he's always just an asshole to me?
No, I did not. Bro, you guys can talk about that. I told you that.
Where are we going back to?
No, let's go what we were just talking about with the collections. Like, that's the one thing. If you're in this hobby, no matter what negative thing happens, if you're enjoying this and having fun, don't let someone else influence your collection or what you're doing, right? Because I see that happen to so many people, and they're like, "Oh, your stuff's going to go to zero." If I listen to what everybody said to me, dude, I wouldn't have a collection that I enjoy that I enjoy today. It doesn't matter what any nitwit says, right? It's what makes me happy. I have fun with my kids doing. I have a lot of good friends in the hobby. Just keep collecting if it makes you happy. That's it. Doesn't matter what bad things happening up and down. And I mean, and that's the thing too, is like everyone's like, you have so much stuff. But believe me, guys, I have a lot of sealed, but I did take some profits, right? You got to take some profits here and there. That's it.
Hey, Pokey Invest, elaborate on this. I don't know exactly what you mean by this. Alex, tell the truth. You don't auction because you wouldn't make money?
Oh, maybe he's saying like on eBay.
I don't know about that, man. I mean, look at like the big auction houses, like, you know, Probstein, you got Z&G, you got Arizona TCG, who I'm sponsored by. Like, they usually go for at or above, or sometimes a little below what the buy it now prices are. Like, you can do just as well auctioning your stuff, especially if it's through like if you have a large seller account or you go through like a large seller like that.
Oh, maybe the live auction singles.
Oh, live auction singles? No, dude, it was just literally zero fun. Like, you can definitely make money. Like, there's a million ways to make money with it. Me and Nick, we both know people that do extremely well with it. Like, there is definitely very large amounts of money. I mean, put it this way. Why do you think all the top people on these streaming platforms all have singles? They're not doing it out of the goodness of their hearts because they just love streaming so much. They're making large amounts of money. It was just like, I don't know. I don't have it in me. I just don't care. Like, look, I've never been a singles guy, like, my entire life. Even when I got into the hobby in 2015, the first things I was collecting was sealed product. It was vintage sealed packs, sealed theme decks, sealed boxes. Like, I've always been a sealed guy through and through. I just don't have much connection to singles and stuff. And so, like, but pack ripping, that's fun. That's an adrenaline rush. Like, it's a good time. So it's like, I've always loved pack ripping. Singles just weren't for me. I mean, you do tell. I mean, some of the most profitable streamers are people that do singles.
Yeah, I see. Godzilla does very good with singles.
Yeah.
Cloud does very good with singles. I've seen people do well.
Yeah, it's crazy, especially in slabs too. Like, especially running the you know, the casino forum and stuff like Go to Pools does or whatever. Like, you could do crazy with the slab game, and I just think you have to find
Everybody
what you
has
actually.
their own niche, dude. That's what it is. Like,
you gotta find what you like.
Niche. Such a weird word. But yeah, everybody has their own thing. If he wants to do packs, cards, yeah, it's whatever you want to do.
Speaking of RNG games, Rob, like him, Eli, Mason, and Cardinal Gaming, they all like have massive bulk businesses, and they do extremely well selling out bulk of like Magic and other TCGs. And it's like, I would have zero fun doing that. Like, I do not want to ship out hundreds of TCG player orders every day. Like, that is just not my thing.
They also have a couple of them have the robot that sorts it themselves.
Yeah, I know that, but I just wouldn't want to like.
It's still a lot of work with the robot, though.
I just wouldn't want to manage all that inventory and all those SKUs and like just have. It's just like, here's the thing. Everyone has like their strengths, their weaknesses, like what they like, what they don't like, and I just think everyone needs to find what works for them. Because here's the thing. You can be successful in any area, and you don't need to be successful in one area to make you successful in the hobby or in this business. Like, there's a million different ways to do it.
Well, you want to know this show? See, I'm having everything pop in from the notebook. So at the show, I had a PC case of Obsidian Flames, right? And the kid's like, "How much is it?" And I didn't know what it was going for, so I guess I underpriced it, right? And he's like, "Oh, I don't want it anymore." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't want it anymore?" And he's like, you don't want it. I said, that's fine. I said, I gave you a low price anyways. And his brother goes, yeah, because it's easier to sell slabs than it is sealed. And I'm like, bro, I said, listen, I said, you do not have to take this, but let me school you, young man. I said, sealed is the most liquid thing in this hobby that I can put up a slab that's $2,000, right? And then I will put up a box that's $2,000. And 99 out of 100 times that box will sell before the slab does, right? It sealed is just so liquid every time. Booster box is sealed, right? Right. And PC ETBs, I'm learning, is very liquid as well. So needless to say, I honored the price. I still hooked the kid up with Obsidian Plains ETB case, but now he's asking me every day about sealed questions. It's like, oh, I'm like, he's young, so I'm trying to help him out. I want to show him the right path, but he'll learn that it's just the sealed is just way more liquid, way more liquid. And I've had the crystal 10s, I've had the gold star 10s, I've had the ponchos, the BGS 10 ponchos. So I've had the bigger cards, and I've had the older boxes, the Fire Red Leaf Green, the Team Rocket. Those were always easier to sell than the slabs were. And a lot of times, Master Set games, I traded him, gold star 10s for sealed product, a Dragon's Exalted box, Plasma box. So I've traded a lot of my slabs for sealed as well. So I don't know.
PokePlumber sold me an Alibaba box of Flash Fire. Not cool. Public Brick says. Hey guys, if anyone didn't catch the live stream last night, I had one for Public Bricks. Make sure to check it out on the channel.
Dude, I have to message him my Lego collection. I still haven't sent that. I'll send. Oh, I have one right here. Hold on. I haven't done this one yet. I'm gonna do this one with my wife.
It was a great live stream though. If you guys want to check out, it's like just talking about his business and the Lego and everything.
Just for you, buddy. The Slave One, but I don't think it's called the Slave One anymore.
It'll always be Slave One to me.
Yeah, it's called something else now. Ah.
Do I have a personal slab collection, or is it purely sealed? Dude, I wouldn't even call it a collection. I make
sealed Lego.
I call them shorter term plays, but like they could be plays anywhere between like a few months or like a year and a half, 2 years, where I see the market heading. So I will keep slabs for a certain period of time. I put it this way. I had 151 Charizards. I had Bubble Mews, right? Because I felt they were undervalued. I recently sold those because the market pumped on those, right? I have other slabs from Scarlet Violet and Sword and Shield that I'm holding right now. I have alt arts that I bought back a couple months ago when I was making videos about it, telling everyone out that this was a good pickup. But I have alt arts that I'm holding right now. I have other Scarlet Violet SIRs that I'm holding that are going way too cheap in my opinion, especially like the ones from Temporal, some from Paradox, and all that. So like I will have slabs, but like it's always the intention of eventually selling down the road at a profit. I don't really keep any slabs for like collection now. Here, I do have slabs in my collection. They're ones that are either like given as a gift or like maybe me and my wife like the card. Like very few though. It's like less than 10. What about you? Do you even have any slabs anymore?
I have some slabs.
Because you had like, I mean, maybe not like the top end, like the Illustrator.
I had 2 Zion cases full of slabs.
Yeah, like he didn't have like the creme de la creme, but he had like probably some of the top 5% slabs in the hobby at the time.
What do you mean, dude? A Crystal Charizard 10's a creme de la creme.
Well, not like it's not like a 97 Pikachu trophy or like a
I don't
Illustrator.
Like those are 6.
But you had like some of the top tier stuff.
Yeah,
like set cards for sure. Set cards.
Yeah, set cards. I didn't like that.
Here's the funny part. This is one thing me and Nick agree on all the time, and we talked about this at Collecticon. It's really weird, but it's like, and I don't know if anyone else feels this way. You can let us know in the chat, but we both said the same thing. Letting go of a slab and making a sale never hurts as much as letting go of a sealed box. And I don't know why that is. It's like, it's so much easier to sell like a $5,000 slab than to sell like a box of like Team Up or a box of Flash Fire. Why is that? Why is that? It hits different, man.
It doesn't feel like good, right? I don't know why. Because, that's one less sealed box for like an older box. And you're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get like, it hurt selling my Majestic Dawn, right? Because one, it was a mint Diamond and Pearl Majestic Dawn box. And it just hurt because it's going to be easier to find that slab and most likely, like, you can find a clean 10 newer cert. But man, for me, it's just I'm still thinking about the Majestic Dawn, and I ended up getting Lost Thunder case, Ultra Prism case, and it's like, and I'm over here still upset about it.
And you're not even thinking about your Charizard EX slab you sold.
No, I do miss my Crystal 10 Charizard because it's like 17K now. I always said, I'm like, this is a $20,000 card, and now it's going to be a $20,000 card.
Oh, here's something I want to talk about.
No, hold on. Before you do that, do this.
What?
Dude, it hit $1,000.
Yeah.
It hit $1,000.
Should I be surprised?
I mean, you're a little surprised. We didn't know if it was really going to hit it.
That was my prediction at the beginning of the year. I put it out in the YouTube video.
Yeah, but guys,
Alex was right again.
We do second guess ourselves sometimes.
Alex was right again.
He's second guessing himself. But it hit 1,000.
I don't just put these predictions out like all willy nilly. I know what I'm talking about here.
Give me a prediction for next year.
Next year's harder. Next year's harder.
Come on, Messiah. Give me a prediction for next year.
Next year is harder.
What are you thinking?
I don't know what I'm thinking.
I'll give you mine.
Hard to tell, man.
It's not going to be like double. My prediction is 14.
Possible. It all depends if the market stays together that long.
I mean, even if the market doesn't stay together, I think it could drop back down to 9, and I think we're going to see this at 14.
But here, so some of those top slabs you had, right? We talked about it, like the ponchos. How much did they drop in percentage after you sold them?
Oh my God, a lot.
Was it like 50?
Like 30, 40%?
Because I made this, I don't know if you saw the video, but like a lot of people like misconstrued it and they thought I was trying to like compare vintage slabs to modern slabs or something stupid. But the whole video was just saying like, hey guys, in the event of a market downturn, you're not safe, right? And like, a lot of the people will try to make this claim like, oh no, if you invest in the low pop, like neat scare stuff, you're much more safer in those in the event of a downturn.
It's
like,
no, you're not safe. Proof, recession proof. Gold
yeah, like you're not. This isn't blue chip. This isn't like a blue chip stock where like, oh, everyone still needs jelly or toilet paper or toothpaste. It's like no. There's no recession proof like card or anything in this hobby. It's like when things drop, they drop across the board, and we saw that. Like you saw that with all your top slabs, they all drop massively.
Yeah.
And those are some of the lowest population, like most sought after, whatever in the hobby.
So we bought a house, and I redid the whole house, and it was eating up way more capital than I was ready for. So I made a decision. I said it's either A, sell my sealed, or B, sell my slabs. And at the time, Brilliant Stars was still like $100, $110. All the Sword and Shield stuff. I mean, Cosmic Eclipse was like 7-ish. And I said, you know what? I'm going to sell the slabs and I'm going to hold on to the sealed. So in that time, when I finished my house, all the sealed went up and all the slabs dropped like 40% after I sold them. I mean, they're back up now, but I was like, thank goodness I did not sell any of my sealed. And I stuck with that. And I was very happy that I didn't. But yeah, you can't compare vintage to modern. I'm not saying you are. You just can't do that. But
no, I'm just like trying to like.
Vintage slabs are doing great right now. Everything's doing
great. I just like I hate when people like start that rhetoric of saying like, oh, you want to be like positioned in these things in the event of a market downturn. It's like, dude, people are talking out of their ass. There's no data that shows anything holds up better than anything else. Like I can show you tons of examples of tons of these great cards in the hobby all seeing massive drops after 2021. Just like everything else did. Nothing held up better than anything else.
I don't disagree.
I don't know. I just think it's always this weird thing that people put out there like, oh man, you're not going to want to be in these modern boxes when the market drops. It's like, what do you want to be in then? Like a vintage slab or a modern slab? What do you want to be in?
I mean, if everything went bad, you want to be in the livestock and gold.
Yeah, I mean, think about this. The vintage booster boxes, those drop some of the worst.
Yeah, I mean,
we saw base set go from 30K to like 11, 12K.
11, 12K. Yeah,
we didn't see modern boxes drop that much.
No, I mean, base set's back to, but base set's up there again. Not. It's like 17-ish. There used to be an unlimited amount. Where'd that unlimited amount go?
Oh, dude, there's warehouses of it. Remember?
Yeah, I mean, there's no. I know people that have a decent amount of base set, but it's just not as much as people think. Yeah, I miss my base set box. Let me go get one. Crypto, baby. Crypto.
No, I'm not. I'm not going there. We're not going crypto.
You don't like crypto at all?
No, I hate talking about crypto when it's pumping, because then like
No.
you have people like coming out of the closet acting like, I don't know. They'll try to claim they have way more than they do. They'll claim, everyone news was coming, tried to tell everybody, blah blah blah, and then you'll find out it's like, oh, you have like 0.5 of a Bitcoin. It's like, or what?
Dude, 0.5 is a decent.
I was gonna say that's even a lot. But like you'll find out they have very
that's
little invested. They have like a couple $1,000, and you're just like, dude, if you really knew this was gonna happen, why wouldn't you have had every single dime that you had invested in this?
I mean, I was talking to Dom about it. It's like, I'm crazy enough to put this much capital in the Pokemon. How could I not be crazy enough to put something into Bitcoin or into any crypto? Right? Like,
because you didn't believe in it as much.
No, I always believe in my Pokemon, but I mean, I don't know. Whatever makes you happy, guys. But collect what you like. Collect what you like.
Oh man. You know what's scary is like with you saying that, it actually gives credibility to that statement, which is scary.
What, collect what you like?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being serious. No, only one over here like saying, all right, I'll buy this. I'll buy that. I love it. Chilling Reign, one of my favorite sets. I said this when it was, $78, $79, and I'm saying it now when it's 2 something. I like Chilling Reign. I like the stonk.
I get it. Chilling Reign is trailing a bit right now. Could be right.
Yeah, and that's why crypto's bad, because if you look at those meme coins, that it's literally with the meme coins, it's just a pump and dump. That's all it is with the meme coins. Meme coins. Stay away.
Get yourself a Hawk Tuo coin. You not getting any Hawk Tuo coin?
No, fuck no. I wouldn't spend $1 on that.
What are you gonna do when the dollar goes to zero and we have to use crypto? You're not gonna use Hawk Tuos?
I'm gonna use my Shiba Inu.
Dude, I will trade you, 2 Ethereum, 4 Hawk Tuos, a Doge, and an XRP for a booster box.
I would.
Can you convert that for me?
What is it? 2 Ethereum, so like $8,000, and then yeah, I would, of course. Dude, I'm not even kidding. I was talking to them. I might take crypto. You can laugh at me, bro. I'm so diverse in everything, So it's like, fuck it. 401k, crypto, Pokemon.
We know you're rich, Nick. You don't have to tell us every time.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
You don't have to tell us every time how rich you are, okay? We get it. We understand.
I'm poor. We
understand that plumbing is a very nice business to be in 2024. Not a question, but thank you for Pokemon Plumber. I saw you shout out Extreme TCG after ordering Silver Tempest cases. I was able to get a case of PE at $7.50. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You got some of those from Extreme?
Yeah, he's got Paldea. He has Stellar. He doesn't have that much left of everything.
Did you buy him out of Silver?
I did. And then I got Silver from Alex. Yeah, I like Silver. Come on. Making a plumber coin. Dude, plumber coin. I'm down.
Final Flight said, how do you guys determine when you're okay taking profits on items, thinking about selling my Latias from Surging Sparks?
See, it's tough for me because like when I take my profits, it's like from a little bit older stuff, right? I mean, with the Latias, I feel like that card has long-term potential, right? And so, yeah, you can take your profits right now, but most of the time when I look at these alt arts that have a lot of pops, when I look at these Sun and Moon alt arts, these cards go up over time. All these alt arts have gone up pretty high. So it's up to you when you want to take those profits. Right now, you can take a profit for it, especially if you graded it yourself. But I do think that card, I love that card. And I think that has long-term potential. I really do. So for that card, if you don't have to sell it right now, I would hold it for a little bit. I love that card. That was my main chase.
I mean, do you think a reprint is coming for Surging Sparks?
1,000%. I'm gonna say it.
Well, then Latias is going to have to come down in price then.
Yeah. I'm not talking about the reprint. I'm saying long term. I just said long term.
Yeah, I guess Final Flight. I guess it depends, man, on what you're trying to do. Like, I mean, do I think you'll be able to find it cheaper in the near future? Probably. But like Nick said, in the long term, it might be worth more than it is now, maybe. But it's just like, yeah, I mean, if you're looking to use the money now for something, maybe sell it. Next year comes around, gets a reprint. Box price comes down, singles price comes down, maybe pick it up. It just depends on how active you want to be and how much like buying and selling and all that stuff you want to do. But yeah, I mean, it seems like it's always going to have number 2 spot in that set. I don't see any other card really taking it down from number 2.
Agreed. Someone said paradox or temporal, and my answer is temporal.
Temporal all day. I know paradox is like the talk of the town now that it's like finally rising and finally selling out and all that stuff, but I still gotta stick with temporal.
Yeah, and I know you said this too. Temporal, guys, I that's my loan shark, man. We might not. I don't know. That's just speculation, right? Before I say anything stupid, I'm going to say it. Speculation. Temporal, I don't see it getting a reprint, but I don't know because they did everything up to paradox, right? Yeah, they went up all the way to paradox. So it's like, are we going to see temporal, twilight, surging, stellar all at once? I don't know. Temporal's my sleeper.
Yeah, I'm with temporal too. Lost in Jersey said, how long were the trades looked at like we were all dummies though, treated like trash janitors from those who had money? The trades are still suffering, but because of not enough workers.
Yeah, I remember I was embarrassed when I was in like 5th grade that my dad was a plumber, right? I really was. Like, I didn't tell anyone what my dad did. And then it was like in like 7th grade, I did like a book report on how my dad was my hero because we started off poor and then it went up. And I brought in his work pants. I'll never forget it. And I was talking about how proud I was of my dad because the town I was in, everyone's dad was like a lawyer, doctor, and my dad was busting his ass so we could live in this nice area. And it took like a couple years for me to like grow up and realize that he's my hero and he's gotten me, like plumbers need credit, man. We kill our bodies every day. We protect the health of the nation. And that's like, people don't ever question a doctor's opinion, but at the end of the day, for you to take a shit, like, dude, if you breathe in that gas, you could die from that. If it's not plumbed in right, you can, the water can short electrical, cause fires. You can breathe in, gases, carbon monoxide. It's a very important job. And we do. Everyone looks like at plumbers. I've had like these high-end customers that live in these houses and they like look down on you and telling you how they own this, own that. And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, dude, it's just people don't respect the trades. And that might not ever trade. I mean,
well, dude, it's because of me and you are like about the same age. Like, it's our generation grew up in this weird era where our parents like all wanted us to like, go to school and become doctors and lawyers and like, the whole meme of like walking by, like, you don't want to do that job when you're older. It's like, meanwhile, that was like some like union job where the guy had like great benefits and everything. He was doing some, labor or whatever,
Yeah.
But like, you want to work in an office. And it's like, now those are all the jobs that are getting laid off everywhere throughout the country. And like, no one can find jobs with college degrees anymore because everyone's got a college degree and everyone's wanting to do that same stupid job that they were sold when they were a kid. And it's led to this big mess. And like, that's why all the money's in the trades now because no one was told to do trades. And now everyone's realizing, oh, wait, we screwed up.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, there is a shortage of plumbers. And that's the truth, right? So our demand's going up even more. And, you get the people that like are like, oh, my God, is this much? I'm going to call a different plumber. And then they call you back 2 hours later and they're like, oh, can you do the job? And I'm like, yeah, like you see that all the time because they don't value your.
That's why I'm investing in Plumber Coin, dude.
Plumber Coin to the moon, baby.
Mobile Uncle Gaming. He's diverse in anything. Does this mean he loves men and women? Yes, that is actually
No,
true.
it's not true.
I actually had to let him know. Like I clutch count. I was like, dude, no, we're friends, but like it ends there, and he had to take that as
Dude,
an answer. But
Alex was typing some stuff. We were looking at his distribution, and like I don't even want to tell you that came up in the URL, so I'll keep that between us.
what? That's the stupidest thing. Shining cards and collectibles. Ray, what's up, man? Fusion Strike's better than Chilling Rain. Get wrecked, Plumber.
I never said anything bad about Fusion. I love Fusion Strike. I love Fusion Strike.
Ray, appreciate the super chat, man. That's funny. Yeah, dude, Ray's been on. He's been like you were about Chilling about Fusion Strike since the beginning.
Yeah,
he's been all over that set.
Yeah, Fusion, it's a good set, solid set. I like the Genesect in it too. I think it has really good cards.
It's been like me with the trying to carry the torch for Paldea since the beginning. Like, I was singing the praises of Paldea since like it came out. It was $85, and it's so weird how there's like sets like that every era where everyone just like loves to hate until it's not hated anymore.
Yeah, it's like the norm, dude. I just don't listen to anyone in the beginning. Form your own opinion.
I can't wait for 2026 now. Like new era, everyone's gonna hate it again. I'm excited. There's too much love. There's too much love for Scarlet Violet right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get hate. I think everyone's learned their lesson, unless there's that many more new collectors cycling in. But it's the same thing every time. But I
missed the hate though. I missed all the people that said you can't invest in this stuff. Remember those people?
All right, but did you hear? You want to hear my prediction?
All right.
All right. So remember Heart Gold, Soul Silver? Remember how it was like?
I wasn't really in the hobby at that time.
Okay, but you still know of Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And then you had the Call of Legends, like the specialty set. So you had those 4 boxes, and then you had the specialty set. I'm saying that after Scarlet and Violet, we're going to have ZA for about 4 sets, and then a specialty set, and then we dive into the next generation. So I think we're going to see like
what?
Yeah, that's.
You think they're going to prolong the next generation with that?
I don't know. It could be something fun because we still haven't had the ZA game even released, right? And they push that back. They're actually going to do it pretty well. But I think that it could buy them more time. And if they do 4 sets of ZA and then a specialty set, it would kind of be like what they did with Heart Gold, Soul Silver. I think that would be really neat.
This is a good question. Is Surging Sparks booster box cases hit a ceiling just shy of 1,200? Any chance to go higher at the end of the year? What do you think about Surging, man? It does seem that they've kind of been hitting a ceiling. Like I've noticed that too. I'm honestly getting a little like I'm starting to think about it a little more because I thought we would be closer to 250 by now, but we definitely have slowed down. The cases, the boxes, they're all slowing down in terms of price rises. What's your take on it right now?
I mean,
like, you think we're gonna hit 250 by the end of the year still?
I don't know because I'm telling you, even though you don't like Japanese, I think everyone's going to be focusing on this EV set right now. I think we could hit like 220 to 230 a box, 1,300 a case maybe. But I think everyone's going to – dude, everyone wants to pull – you know how it goes. Every time a new set it comes out –
Should I save – do you think I should start saving my trash? Do people like trash that much?
So every time a new set comes out, whether they're like, oh, all right, forget that. We're on to the next one. That's why there was that fine window – right, that everyone could sell Surging Sparks and it was rising really fast. But now everybody is going to be like, oh, well, I don't want to spend $250 on a box. I'd rather just get the Japanese box and open some of this and then focus on the prismatic to get that when that comes out in English in January. I think it's going to stagnate at, I don't know, 1,200, 1,300, maybe 1,350, but I don't think we're going to see much more growth. And that's just my opinion.
Don't you love how Japanese is never the first choice for people? It's always like, well, it's cheaper than English.
Dude, I like English more, but I've always bought Japanese to open the new.
I just love screwing with you, dude. Chill out.
This guy's getting 2 cases from me. Just know that, and he's gonna enjoy opening it, and he's gonna lie. He's gonna lie if he says he didn't.
Jacoby, PokePlumber, where do you see how much inventory is left on Pokemon Center? You were quoting remaining inventory on Silver Tempest boxes.
I could tell you what it's at right now.
I guess that's sort of an answer.
I wonder if he minds if I say who it is. It's the Godly Shad. He pays for it. It's like a guy that like it's on like a Discord and he hacks into it. I mean, we're really gonna.
It's on my Discord.
It's on yours. Is that where
Well, Godly
Godly?
Shad's in my Patreon. Yeah.
Then he said he pays for it, but right now it has 2401 to 2458.
Yeah, I mean, so basically what it is this
The
other
numbers are
guy.
dropping, so it looks like from every time he sends it to me, they really are dropping. So we'll see what happens when it
Yeah, so this other guy's in my
200 boxes a
Patreon that
day.
he runs. So this guy, Godly Shad maybe in a different one, but I know the guy, one of the guys in my Patreon runs this Discord where it's not just Pokemon, it's like everything, like anything resale. It's like concert tickets, it's Lego, it's video games, it's Pokemon, it's literally anything and everything. And they just have like, they have like watch list set up for all the websites and bots and like they know all the like, inventory levels of every different site. It's crazy. So that could be where he's getting that information from. I don't even understand it. I don't know how that's possible to like break into Pokemon's back end, but a lot of people seem to think that's reliable. So
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Like in theory, I said it should be sold out by January, but now they're selling 200 boxes a day, so it might not even make it to January at this point. But I don't know. I really don't. But from the numbers that I'm seeing, right, and I've been watching like the consistency of them drop down and drop down. So Silver Tempest and Pokemon Go don't have much time left on the Pokemon Center right now. Yes, I said Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go, baby.
Yeah. Do you have Silver? How many Silver Tempests do you have?
Not much. Maybe 4 cases.
Yeah, I didn't know how many I had, and I kept ordering them. So I might, when they boom, I might sell a couple.
You probably have what, like 20?
I got a good amount of them.
Do you really have 20?
No, I don't. I didn't say that. I have a good amount though, more than I like to have for a set.
What is all this secretive stuff with you these days? Why are you moving in the shadows nowadays?
I'm in the Cabal now.
You are. You're hanging out with Vault and Ryan, straight in the Cabal. He's hanging out with all my arch nemesis all the time.
I will always be the Pokemon plumber. If I ever,
what's up with you? Why are you acting all secret?
Because I don't want to give you a number if I don't have the exact number, right? I just saw how many I had. I said, holy shit, I have too many Silver Tempests. I got to stop buying these. I thought I had less. And then I moved all the cases and I found 6 cases of Silver Tempest. And I said, oh my God, I haven't been counting these 6 the whole time. So that's why I don't know my exact number. And I don't want to say it like that. Because then people are going to be like, oh, this guy fucking is rich. Like I don't want to hear that. So that's why I'm being secretive, because I don't know my amount. And I don't want to sound like the guy that doesn't know his amount.
Guys, wouldn't you like to get to the point where you just like happen to find 6 cases of Silver Tempest somewhere that you didn't know you had?
I found 2 cases of Evolving Skies too. It was awesome.
Wouldn't you love to get to that point in life?
I gotta do my inventory better. Collector's app.
Collector app, baby. Shout out Collector app.
They said, is Alex finally investing in Japanese with terrestrial? No, he is not.
I hate Jersey drivers.
Just
Hey, I got 6 cases of 151, guys.
And didn't even drop that much in the reprint.
I didn't even know the reprint happened.
It
I have so much going on. People keep like messaging. I've had like 5, 6 people message me trying to like buy those cases. I'm like, guys, I don't even have time to like worry about that and even know where that market's at right now. Like,
sell them. See, that's the truth. He's so full of shit. He doesn't want to sell them, and that is an investment. He's not going to rip them, and he's going to set them. He's
so full of shit that other than being sick this week, I've got 2 videos every single day, a marketer finance video and a pack break video. I've got 2 to 3 live streams a week. I rip and ship 3 times a week. Yeah. I'm just so full of shit. I actually have tons of time on my hands to worry about it. Japanese is better than English. Get wrecked.
I hope you feel better.
You just found a new best friend.
I like Japanese. I don't have anything bad to say about Japanese.
We know, man. You want to try to be everybody's friend. I get it.
Dude, I collect both.
I need to find one thing he's got like a stance on. I gotta put him in the middle of one of these fights.
Me?
Yeah, Pokey said he sold more Japanese EV boxes faster than any other product he sold. I mean, I believe it for Pokey. That's his whole business is Japanese basically. Do you see any questions?
Whoa,
it's a good one. What's your biggest failure in Pokemon investing? Here's mine is going to be a non-answer, and it's always going to be this answer. Mine is always going to be not buying more. And it's such a cop-out answer. I get it, but I've never had any massive failures. Like people like the meme on the channel is Pokemon Go. It's like, dude, by the time I sold off all my Pokemon Go ETBs, I lost maybe like $300, $350. Like it's not even a loss, right? I've had bigger losses on like, I don't know, not even grading. It's very honestly, if you're doing this hobby right and you're like smart about your your entry, it's almost like real estate. It's like on real estate, all your money is made at the buy, right? As long as you're buying at the right price, you set yourself up. Same thing with Pokemon. As long as you're buying into these cards and these items at good prices, it's very hard to lose. And so like I've never had massive losses in the hobby. Part of it's probably because I got in 2015 and I was able to build up into the pandemic. I wasn't buying in the pandemic. I was selling in it. And then same thing, I started buying again after everything crashed. So I've never been buying in at the tops of things, right? So my biggest failure is just like not going in deeper when I had money to spend and I was just too afraid for whatever reason, back in 16, 17, 18, 19, and I wasn't wanting to buy more than I, felt comfortable with. That's my biggest failure.
Okay. So my biggest failure, I just want to give a shout out to Byron Lopez. That's my buddy. BJ's Gold Star legend. He's awesome. He's an OG. My biggest failure, I'm not going to say what he said, but I agree with that. Because there was a lot of times where I did the tag team stuff for really cheap, and I turned down like a case of team up. So when things started going nuts, right? I have a couple. My local comic shop called me, and they're like, "Oh, we have a team up case. If you want it, we'll give it to you for $3,600." And I'm like, "Oh no, I don't want to pay that." And they're like, "Well, we already have someone paying us, but we have to ship it. And we'd rather have you come here and give us cash for it." And I called their bluff. And then I went there the next day and I was like, "Where's the case?" And they're like, "Oh, we sent it out." So like, that's a little bit of my regret because I see how much team up has gone up. Like, yeah, I bought a couple when they were 120, but that's one that bothers me. But when I really was buying like sealed heavy, and I was like, all right, I'm going to start getting like 10 cases. And I didn't know better with the ETBs or anything like that. So I bought 10 cases of Shining Fates, right? And I paid like $500 a case. And then they went up to like 110 at ETB. And instead of selling them, I was like, man, they're going to be more than this. And I think this was 2021. And I held them, and then they dropped down to like 40, 30. And I ended up getting rid of them for way lower than that because I didn't want to have them anymore. And I have one left. I kept one. But that just showed me like, don't always buy like 10 cases. Like I was better off in the beginning just buying 2 of every set that came out, whether it was the XY, the Sun and Moon, etc. But then when I was like, all right, I'm going to start buying a whole bunch of these and then I'll sell them in the future. Like the first thing I ever bought a big quantity, like to me, 10 cases was a lot, right? Because I'm used to buying like 5, 6 boxes. I'm like, oh man, I'm killing it. Because no one in the beginning, when you get into this hobby, I'm going to Five Below, getting Detective Pikachu tins, getting the Charizard GX boxes for clearance. Like in the beginning, you don't know to buy cases and stuff like that. That's why all you guys are so lucky because you had like primetime Pokemon to watch, Leonhardt, but you didn't have everybody telling you what to do. Like you didn't have these investor channels, collectors channels saying, hey, you should focus on booster boxes or you should focus on this.
Yeah, where's the problem with the hobby? What's wrong with it?
Yeah, because in the beginning, I didn't even know you could. I thought only comic stores could buy cases, right? LGSs could buy cases. I thought I could only buy boxes from there until I got close with my local place. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take a case of Cosmic. I'll take a case of Unified Minds. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, my God, I got a whole case. And then, man, times are just so different. It's kind of insane when you think about it. But yeah, that was like my
So
first big
you've never had any major losses either.
No, I mean, Shining Fates was my biggest loss.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about Pokemon. It's like people they always like to deem it as risky, right? Like everyone always likes to talk about, oh, it's such a risky thing to do. It's like, dude, I have taken less losses in Pokemon than anything I've ever seen in the stock market. Like Pokemon, in my opinion, if you're doing it right, is infinitely less risky than the stock market. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there.
Sean really paid you $2 just to tell me he hates me?
What?
Sean Sturgis, he paid $2 just to say I hate Jersey drivers. Dude, I can't.
Gravy Stalker, hold on. First, we got a $5 super chat. I have an opportunity to buy a collection of ETBs from 2019 to 2022 era, so Sun and Moon. Or no, I guess that's some Sun and Moon, some Sword and Shield. What percentage would you shoot to negotiate towards if you were the buyer?
Like it really depends on what ETBs though, because look at team up ETBs, they're through the roof. Look at Cosmic Eclipse ETBs.
Yeah, but that doesn't. It's a percentage.
Oh well, we're saying 2019, so that's going to be Cosmic Eclipse Unified.
Here's the thing: I hate ETBs, so like I wouldn't pay more than 80%. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't even know if you could buy the Cosmic ETBs for 80% right now. That's not. I mean, they're just so expensive now for an ETB. You're getting 8 packs. Like I had the chance to buy that with Moonlight when he went to Palatown. Like he's like, do you want ETBs? There's Team Up, Unified, and I was like, dude, if you think about it, you're just overpaying. It's like you're paying for the sealed item because it doesn't matter how many packs are in there. So that's like what bothers me. You're spending like $500 for an ETB that has 8 packs in it. I don't know.
Paying for the scarcity, man.
I mean, the art's cool, but I don't know.
Kryptonite's card said Pokemon Go ETBs is sold out on my end. Crazy. All right, we got to Sean Surges. Kryptonite's cards, appreciate you, man. So Sean's, for his $5 super chat, he said, PokePlumber definitely loves bashing your dirty Jersey ash. Alice, get better, bro.
Oh my God, this guy. Dude, Philadelphia is the most white trash area in the whole country.
Dude, that's so funny. There's that much of a rivalry there.
We hate each other. And they took Saquon Barkley from us.
Lucky Bunny, I'll ask mine again. Maybe it was missed. How would you recommend newbies connect at cons?
Dude, it's like you're at your first dance, right? And you're like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to that girl, right? It's not as nerve-wracking. Just walk up to the guy and say, hey, I'm Lucky Bunny TCG. What's up? And then you just start talking. And then there's a lot of good people in the hobby say, it just comes up in conversation. Hey, I'm looking for this. And then 9 out of 10 times, the guy will help you, right? And they're not going to charge you to help you to find something. It's just called being a good person. So just go there. Networking is so huge. Just go, introduce yourself, and it's that easy.
Yeah, but I was told you have to vend a network. Is that not right?
You don't have to, Ben. Who said that? I said that?
No, never mind. Everyone's always like saying like, oh, it's the networking when you get to vend. It's just like, no, you don't need to vend. Just go walk around events, talk to people. You can talk to anybody. Like, just be outgoing. Anyone will talk to you or give you tips, tricks, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Except Nick. He's not going to tell you what he's got behind the curtain. How many cases he has.
Yeah, people want to fucking burn my house down and rob me and find out where I live. Come on.
Is PokePlumber going to do ripping ships from the Ford dealership in the future?
Yeah, I was ripping. I had an oil change because my truck was like on 0%. So there was like a Target. So I stopped at the Target and I went and picked up they had like 4. I picked up like 4 Surging Spark 3-pack blisters and then those cool Great Adventures boxes. And I sat in there and I was just opening them.
Here to support the homie Nick. Well, Jake, it's good to know you're not here to support me. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Jake. Yeah, screw Alex. He's a piece of crap.
I'm telling you, man. I tried to warn you when you came on this podcast. I'm like, are you sure you're going to attach yourself to me? I'm not a good name in this community. Wanted to give the plumber a shout out being a part of the mustache crew.
I had to shave it for my wedding. Like, what was that? Over a year ago. And as soon as that wedding was done, I grew this bad boy right back.
What do you mean you had to?
My wife made me shave it. I couldn't have a
Good
mustache
for
for the
her.
wedding.
Good for her.
Yeah, they wouldn't even let me wear my Pokemon tie, so I had to wear Pokemon socks. I did.
What?
Actually,
Why do
look,
you guys?
you want to hear how awesome my wife is? Look at this. So the whole beginning of the wedding, I couldn't wear my tie for the ceremony, whatever. But afterwards, right, like after we took all our pictures and stuff, look what she got me: a Star Wars Pokemon tie.
Dude, that thing hits.
Right, because those are my two favorite things: Star Wars and Pokemon. And how awesome is she? And I said, see, that's why I chose you.
So you got to wear that to the after party.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
Yeah. So I have it hanging in my office now.
Why do you guys mostly only buy sealed cases instead of individual booster boxes? Even if you can get the individual boxes for less money sometimes, which would make your profit margin better.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
I buy sealed cases because one, it's easier to stack sealed cases and not have a whole bunch of boxes falling all over the place. And two, when I do have sealed boxes, this is what I do with them. And then three is it's way easier for me to keep a case sealed than one Paldea Evolved or Silver Tempest box and Lost Origin box sitting there, because I'm just those three boxes from experience. I saw them sitting there on top of the cases. And I said, you know what? I'm going to open them. And then I opened them. So with cases, I'm less inclined to open those than loose boxes.
And I'll say, basically, your question there answers your question. So you just basically said in your question that the cases cost more than individual boxes. So that means when you sell them, they're going to sell for more than individual boxes.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking of that aspect.
And usually, as time goes on, the case premiums actually get a little greater. And so, like, over time, you're going to get more for a sealed case and you are sealed boxes. It's easy, you can move 6 at once instead of having to, like, move 6 individual ones. Like, it's perceived, and it's not all the time true, but it's perceived there's 6 mint boxes in there instead of, like, having to worry about having 6 different boxes. They might have some loose wrapping, some scuffs on it, a hole here and there. It's just like loose boxes are just a lot harder to deal with. For me, storage is much easier with cases. Here's the thing: if you're in a spot where you can't afford cases, absolutely go boxes.
Heck yeah.
But if you're in a spot where you can afford cases, I don't want to have 30 loose boxes. I'd rather have 5 sealed cases.
Yeah, I mean, and the boxes are cooler to look at. Like, I don't know, it's beautiful to look at too. So, like, always try to have a box for display. That's it.
Look, yeah, like I said, if you can't afford a sealed case, like, boxes are great.
What's that say?
$100. What? So you can pretend that's what you pay for it?
Bro, look how many there are.
There's a whole ego boost.
You know how many of these I bought for 100?
You didn't buy those.
See, he's such a hater too. You know what? That's it. You're a hater.
Hater.
He's a hater. He's mad that I didn't sell him one. He's mad that
that is right. I am pissed at you for that. Dude, he bought this. He brought me a cosmic box, and it literally, he set it aside, and this one's for Alex. At the end of the convention,
wait. Tell the whole story first, right? See, this is what Alex does. He tells you the bad part and doesn't tell you the whole story.
What's the whole story?
So, as a good friend, this guy had three of them, right? Because I didn't want to sell them for less than 1,000, right? I just didn't want to sell them. So I go to this guy who had 3 of them, and he was at the same price, $1,000. So I was like, you know what? I'll get one for Alex, and then I don't have to sell mine, and then I'll get 2 more for myself, because I wanted to sell everything, but Cosmic's my favorite set, right? And
why'd you bring it?
I don't know. So, anyways, so I go and I try to buy these 3, and the guy's like, "No, I can't do it. I need $950 each." And I'm like, "For all three, blah blah blah." So I ended up not getting them, and then I didn't want to sell them, right? And he does the same thing. I don't know if I want to sell this. He did that with the Furious Fist. I think I'm just going to keep it. He does the same thing. We're collectors, right? So he can't get mad.
I'm the investor, actually. You see my title?
Yeah, but he's a collector too. He didn't want to sell the Furious Fist. I don't get mad at him. That's it.
Dude, that's so different, though.
Yeah, so he was going to come out with this crazy story and make it sound so bad.
It's not a story. It's you literally brought it. You literally drove across country with that box with the intent of selling it to me, and you didn't.
Bro, I sold you Unbroken Bonds. I sold you Ultra
See, now you're
Prism.
changing. You're
Chaldea
changing the
Evolved. I
story,
sold them
dude.
so much. These people are never grateful. It's like, how much more can you give me? What a shame.
Yeah, dude, yeah, Sebastian, the Time Magazine, Pokemon for sure. That's definitely like more of a mainstream thing. That's why Pokemon's like going anywhere. I agree. I agree
I
with
love
that.
those. I have those.
You
I'm
have all of
missing
them?
one. I have them right there. One, dude, I can't see, but I have almost all of them. They're beautiful.
You're getting more love from Ray, Shining Cards and Collectibles, Love You Plumber, and the New Jersey Drivers.
Who said that? Dude, my wife would get these for me at the store. Oh, dude. I love you too, buddy. But yeah, I mean, these are awesome. I want to like do something when I have all of them and put them in like a big frame and like put them in the frame and hang them up. I think it would look pretty cool. This and the Bulbasaur are my favorites.
I didn't
All
even
right,
know there
let's
was a
look.
Gengar. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then there's a Bulbasaur. And then there's a Squirtle. I think I need a couple more. I just need 2 more. I need the Charmander. I can't find the Charmander anywhere.
I have not heard about a potential collab between Sonic and Pokemon. Have you?
No.
That'd be pretty sick, though.
That would be pretty cool.
He hides his product in the sewers, guys. The cases are more protected. That's why.
Exactly. No one wants to go down there.
Oh my god.
See, someone agreed with me on that one point, and you didn't even go over it.
What?
What? They said agree with PokePlumber. Next gen is going to be delayed, and ZA is the next. Gonna have a period like Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Why do you say things like that? Like I just like I didn't say anything bad about that.
Did he not just like not? He's like, yeah. Next question. He's been so mean to me.
Dude, I'm sick. You should treat me better.
Oh, all right. You got the benefit of the doubt.
I'm just busting your balls. He's talking to you.
I know.
That's from Sean. Fernando. Oh, so he lied. I bet his mustache comes off too.
No lying over here, guys.
Oh man.
Collectors-
Screenshot came out. It was teased in Simmer trailer the other day. Sonic X Pokemon. I mean, that's crazy. Interesting.
Oh, really? Dude, I love Sonic. I'm old. I grew up with the Sega Genesis. That was the first thing I ever played.
Not gonna lie, Alex definitely treats PokePlumber different.
Yeah, see?
What the hell does that mean, dude?
Dude, ever since he got his own distribution, he doesn't need the plumber anymore.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You're the one that's been calling me asking for stuff out of distribution.
Out of the 3 things I asked you for, what'd you get me?
Hold on. Let me say this first. You literally said, don't ask me for anything for this next set. I can't even get enough for myself. So why would I be asking you for stuff?
No, I said me. I said out of the 3 things I asked you, what
I got you temporal.
They did get me temporal. I want a case of the blooming onion.
I steered you in the right way for Paradox. That's still cheap. I help when I can help, man.
I fist fought for Alex to get him Surging Sparks. I drove across Brooklyn.
Yeah, and he didn't even deliver on that.
Dude, who else gave you 8 cases?
He's one of those people that like takes the money but doesn't deliver.
Dude, next time I see you, bro, I'm tearing your ACL.
Oh man, it's so funny. Oh man, I don't know. Did any other subjects you wanted to bring up? What else is happening in the hobby these days? Like I said, you stay a lot more to the like your ear to the like the whole news cycle, everything going on out there. What are you looking at?
What happened? I'm about 30 minutes late to the show, but I remember seeing Pokey Dappin with 2 briefcase and a duffel bag, and the police in me said to make sure he got in his hotel safely, so I pulled over and watched him. Oh, I thought something happened with Pokey Dappin, and he was like arrested. It's like, what the hell?
Where are you seeing in the chat?
Yeah, in the chat. I'm just trying to catch up on the chat right now. That's what I'm trying to do.
I don't know where that. Oh, I see right here.
Yeah, I was so confused for a second. No, he's looking out for him. I thought you meant like he got arrested or something. I was like, what did he do?
Oh, so the police was like escorting him, I guess.
Yes. All right, now what'd you say? Let's get back into it. No more
I
fighting.
want to see if like anything else. I mean, we talked about obviously like the theft being a big deal. We talked about the Japanese Terrestrial Festival, all that. We took some questions. Like, did you have any other topics that have been like hearing about? Anything we
No,
want to
I mean
discuss?
I'm still on my Sword and Shield stuff. If I can find Brilliant Stars for a good price, I'll grab it. Lost Origin for a good price, but it's kind of neat to see because a lot of people haven't seen this. Like Sword and Shield is acting the same way Sun and Moon did, right? And it's just another pattern. And the patterns make more and more sense because everybody said with Sun and Moon it wasn't going to go up too many people. There was too much of it. Then it was with Sword and Shield. There's too much of it, and right now they're eating Sword and Shield up like nothing, right? All right.
Davin's alive. He's not arrested.
That's my boy right there.
He's not in a rare Chinese prison.
Yeah, I thought something happened to him. But guys, it's just the same pattern over and over again, right? Like we're gonna see lulls. We're gonna hear, don't buy this, don't buy that. Stick with your gut, enjoy the hobby, and keep buying because Sword and Shield.
You never said we had to enjoy the hobby. Come on.
You got to enjoy the hobby. Stay away from all the drama. The drama is no fun. Drama can suck the fun out of anything. So stay away from the drama. But definitely enjoy everything. Love you too, buddy. My dude. Sword and Shield. That's where I'm focusing. Scarlet and Violet is just too expensive. I think we'll have reprints eventually. The print runs don't make sense, but I still think we're still going to see surging.
Hold on, stop. What do you mean by Scarlet Violet's too expensive?
Like paying $1,200-$1,300 for Surging Sparks too expensive.
Dude, look at this. You're just like taking my fans. Look at this.
Yes, let's go. Dratini.
We're gonna have to call it quits after this. Episode 3
Yeah,
the last episode.
You see, Alex has been so mean to me because I hung out with a couple of people he doesn't like. I did a live with someone. And like, dude, I told you.
He went on, dude. You're on Rob Burns' podcast.
I will never change. I will always be Nick, the PokePlumber. I'm just a humble plumber. That's it. Not an influence. I'm just myself. And now Alex thinks I'm like betraying him.
Dude, you are so over dramatic about stuff. It's not even funny.
Betraying him.
It's most ridiculous. Like these people are actually gonna believe the stuff you're saying.
It's true. Can I finish what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell people good stuff right now. This is why they come here. Buy Brilliant Stars still. I love Brilliant Stars. You don't agree?
I mean, it's already it's went on a run already.
I know, but we haven't seen anything yet. If Unified Minds is 800, you don't think Brilliant Stars, Lost Origin, Chilling, Fusion are going to be at 800 one day? I'm not saying anytime soon, but I'm saying one day. Unified is 800.
I know. Here, I will say I do not think they're going to be there in the same time frame Unified got there.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, but like one day, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of how it works, isn't it?
Yeah. And I mean, if anything, this is more proof, right? It's insane. It literally just does the same thing every time. You have your
dude, Sean keeps throwing stuff in. Risen Sparrow, we already answered this, dude. We're both on the temporal forces. We're on the temporal forces bandwagon. Like, I'm not against Paradox Rift, but if you're making me choose, I gotta stick with temporal.
Yeah, I love Paradox Rift. I'm all in on Paradox too. Those are probably my 2 sets that I'm like really all in right now.
Yeah, that's what we were at. Like when we were talking about you said you like Scarlet Violet was too expensive. Like you're basically just talking about the 2 new sets, right?
Yeah, that's it.
When we say Scarlet Violet, I'm thinking like everything.
No. Everything's still very fairly priced, right? And now, if you like Paldea Evolved, this is the best, because we haven't touched on this once. This is the best time and could be your last time to buy Paldea at this price. We have a fresh new restock. It's hovering anywhere from 7 to 8-ish, depending. And I think Paldea Evolved is like the perfect time to buy right now. So yes, Paldea Evolved and Silver Tempest. Those are my two main.
So no Astral.
I mean, I have enough Astral, so I'm fine with that.
You know, the weird part about Astral is they never really got a massive reprint the way the other sets did.
No.
Like Silver Tempest got hit hard, Lost Origin got hit hard, and Brilliant Stars got hit hard all like last year into this year.
Mm-hmm.
But Astral never got it.
Yeah, I think Astral slept on, but not everybody loves him a champ. Like everyone loves that Misty's card. I knew that Misty's card was going to be solid to Starmie, and I love the Cynthia and the Garchomp. I love that card too. That's a nice card, and it's very hard to grade. I've graded like 4 of them, and I've hit like 2 8s, and then 2 10s. No 9.
I'm gonna leave this here. Question: is it normal to go from having 1K in few sealed boxes to 30K of sealed in 6 months?
Dude, that's the only way to do it, Jake.
Jake, I hope that's like still a manageable amount for you and you're not going into any debt or anything like that. That's all I would say. Like this is the problem, right? This is the problem with this hobby is the income levels are so drastic. And so for one person to say I have 30K in sealed product, it could be like heart stopping, like, what? And then other people, it's just like, yeah, I make 30 grand in like a week. You know, it's just like, it just depends on everyone's income level and their risk tolerance and all that.
I mean, no matter what, 30K in Pokemon is a lot of money, right? I don't care how you look at it. 30K is 30K. It's not not a small chunk of change right there.
No, I was just saying, because I know people that like are literally in the hobby a year and they have like as much as I do. Like that's the level they're spending. And so it's just like, but then I hear like what they do for a living and how much they make. It's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. They make like 5x, 10x what I do. So it makes sense they can spend that much and invest that much and get there that much quicker. And that's why it's the best to just not compare yourself. You got to stay in your own lane. You got to like operate in your own, confines and just do the best you can with what you have. Because if you're worried about what other people have and you're worried about the Rudies and these big pictures of people with these massive like investments, you're always going to feel inferior because there's always a bigger fish.
Yeah, never compare yourself. If you have 30 packs, that's cool, right? Like whatever makes you happy at the end of the day and just works slower. Some people it takes longer, but eventually whatever you have will grow and grow and grow. Just stay in the hobby and enjoy it.
I mean, I think we both kind of started the same way. Like at first, like I just wanted like 2 of every box. Like I'm going to get 2 of every box. Eventually when it goes up, I'll keep one, I'll sell one. And then it became like, I'll get 2 cases of each set. It just like, you kind of just start small and it just
like for me, like I was buying like, because at the time it was like base set was like $3 grand. I'm like, oh my God, $3,000. So I was buying like jungle cards, like a first edition Pinsir, Scyther. And then I went to my comic store and then grabbed like an Ultra Prism. And then I started getting into the boxes. And then I was going to Target, Walmart, all those. But my main thing was like grabbing the old WotC cards, right? And I was so bad at it. I didn't know what near mint cards are, what these full arts and the modern stuff. I was just sleeving everything. So everything's at your own pace. You figure it out on your own. It's like a fun little journey that you'll meet friends, but you're like rediscovering yourself and what you like and what you don't like. Dude, I missed that. That was a lot of fun for me because I'm Pokedata looking up all these sets and I'm like, oh my God, look at this. Like, how is it? I'm on Bulbapedia and I'm looking at a long list. I said, how am I going to get every box of this set? Right. And then I'm finding out there's specialty sets. There's this. I'm like, oh my God, Dragon Majesty. Why is that booster box huge? Like, I knew nothing.
Yeah. What's sad too is like going back to when I got in the hobby, like looking at it was attainable back then. Like my goal was to get 1 of every box. Like, and I was on my way because it was all attainable. Yeah. And then it became unattainable. Like you started having boxes go over 50 and 80 grand and all this stupid stuff. And so it's like, but back then everything was really cheap. Like a first edition booster box when I got in the hobby was 10 grand and everything else was cheaper than that. So it was very attainable back then. Now it's only attainable for the very rich, like the PokePlumber.
My God.
Booties or no booties in customer's house?
Booties.
Never. Never.
Always. Even if they say no, you don't need it, wear it.
I never wore the booties.
Well, what if you walk in a house and it's fucking disgusting?
The house is disgusting?
I've had that happen when you go in the basement and there's like shit. I don't want to get that on my boots.
So it's to protect your boots, not their house?
It's both.
I've never heard it that way. That's hilarious.
Until you experience it, you'll be like, thank God.
Alex, you ever grow a mustache? Nah, man. I'm not a facial hair fan.
Dude, just grow a mustache.
Nick looks great with one. I'm not a facial hair guy.
Grow a little mustache.
I'm not a facial hair guy. I don't even wear my wedding ring. I'm not like a jewelry guy. I don't wear necklaces. I'm just not that guy, man. I'm not that guy. But Nick looks great with it.
Thank you. First nice thing you said to me all day.
Dude, you're such a
$120 for Paldea Evolved's good price.
Pokey Davin said, nostalgia now is PokePlumber, modern Poke investing heroes.
Dude, Davin.
Appreciate you, man.
That's my boy. I wonder if Davin, I don't think I ever even sent you tracking, but it's already out, so you should have it.
What's going on? What deals you making?
No, I sent him something, but I don't know if I ever sent him the tracking for it.
Right, I'm asking what was it?
None of your business. Oh, I did send the tracking. I did send, look.
Another time he's being secretive.
I'm not showing his address. Oof, that was close.
Dude, he's not giving anything away.
Close.
What this is the new PokePlumber. He got him with the Cabal, and now he's doing Cabal things. By the way, guys, I'm making this shirt. I'm gonna make a 2.0 version. I'm gonna get Nick's face right in the middle there, and he's gonna be like the Cabal leader. It's gonna be sick.
I'm just
gonna sell out. I'm gonna do one of 100. They're gonna be serialized.
I'm just a humble plumber.
Oh my god.
Are you done? Are you done with this? Can we just like groove here?
We
had like a good 5 minutes where we were just back going.
Done with what are we doing? We are grooving. This is how we groove. People will indeed always be
all
bigger
in on MetaZoo.
The funny thing is, even Rudy isn't necessarily the top 10. He's just the biggest person with a channel. There's some homies in Dubai that make Rudy's warehouse look like a bin under your bed.
1000%.
I wonder about that though. Like, do you think like people with that amount of wealth, like,
dude, look at Dubsy's collection.
Here's what I'm saying. Like, do you think they have like massive sealed inventories, or do they just go for like the top creme de la creme $1 million cards and stuff? Like, I feel like those people go for like the Superman comic #1, the Pikachu Illustrator, I feel like they go for that kind of stuff. They probably don't care about having a massive inventory of, Scarlet Violet boxes.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They're collecting what they like.
Brian, what do you think, man? What's your take on that? Do you think the people, like the real rich people, really care about having a massive inventory and sealed product, or do they just go for the first edition base boxes and the Deoxys boxes? Like, I don't know. It's interesting to think about.
No, I mean,
I feel like if I was already insanely wealthy, I probably wouldn't be buying like massive amounts of sealed inventory. But that's just me, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, bro, if I was a millionaire, I'd have a warehouse made out of booster boxes. You
are a millionaire. Shut up.
If I was a billionaire, I'd have a warehouse made out of booster boxes.
That'd be hilarious. Before I started watching Alex, I didn't even think you could invest in this stuff. I blew around 5K ripping Evolving Skies when it was released. Now I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Dude, I'm the same way. I sit there and like, I just watch Evolving Skies. And now I'm like, so what is it? $6,000 a case? I ripped 6 cases of Evolving Skies. And it's like, bro, think about how much money that was. And like, I'm an idiot, and I'm doing the same thing with Surging Sparks, ripping so much. But it's not the same. I was saying this last night. It's like a whole nother, it's like the casino, because you're waiting for it to hit red, and I'm trying to pull that Pikachu, and you're searching for that high. It's like the same thing, because you could just buy the card, but I'm that guy that's like, oh, it's not the same. I've given up. I'm not opening any more cases. I'm done.
I want to know, Nick's Japanese 151 position or Terrestrial Festival position bigger?
Dude, my Japanese 151 position is like ginormous. So it's going to be bigger than Terrestrial Festival.
Is it still? I thought you sold off some.
I did sell off some, but it's still pretty big. The difference is it's just worth way less because I dollar cost averaged it and rolled over the profits. But I'm getting Alex 2 cases, and then I'm talking about that's the Japanese one. Alex is getting 2 cases, and then I'm going to have, I think I have a total of 12 coming, so I'll have 10. Nothing crazy.
Just discovered you guys, Pokey included. Awesome. A few weeks ago and love the content. As someone who has 500 to 1,000, dude, first of all, Max, don't use the word only, dude. Like that's still a lot of money. $500 to $1,000 to invest when a new set comes out. How do you know what percentage do you sell or hold on to? $500 to $1,000 when a new set comes out. Dude, you got to play it by ear. Like with Surging Sparks, that's a set you could definitely sell at some point here soon and take your profits. But like, a set that doesn't go up immediately like that, or Twilight Masquerade did or whatever, you may want to just hold on to it a little longer. Like this is kind of a new phenomenon that hasn't happened in a few years, where everything's like jumping up in price right after it gets released. But like Paradox Rift, Temporal Forces, those sets, they hadn't really moved for the first like however many months after release. So it just depends, man. There's no like perfect formula. Anything to add?
No, I honestly agree with that.
Hey, you said MetaZoo. Now we got a MetaZoo question. MetaZoo relaunching 2025. What are your thoughts? Old product is dirt cheap and might be an opportunity. It might be.
So I got rid of like all of it, but I do have like a couple Nightfall boxes, the first edition, and then I have like one UFO box. I mean, you don't know. I don't know. It was just like a little nostalgia thing when everyone was so into it. So I have a couple of them. They're just whatever. Not saying to do it. It's not like I have cases of them.
Yeah. You're talking billionaire collectors. I'm talking billionaire investors. They absolutely have sealed, in my opinion. They have people to manage and sell it, though. That's a good point. They could have that. That's crazy to think about, right? Like,
is that where all this product's going and they don't even care how much it is?
It could be. I mean, honestly, it could be.
We'll never know, will we? That's the exciting part about sealed. You just never know. And all I know is that when someone opens the box, there's one less in the world.
Billionaire wants a building made out of booster boxes instead of buying the Pokemon company. Just printing it yourself.
You know what? I have something that could be educational.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So inside of like a Surging Sparks box, how it has that number. It's like 166. Yeah. What's that number for?
I don't know.
Like, is that the case? Because like every box is the same number in that case. So
is that right? I've never looked at that.
Yeah, because I looked at the case and I had all the boxes that are empty still on it. And I'm like, all right, all these boxes are 166,960 something.
Well,
right?
there's only 3 or 6 digits on those.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean there's only 6 digits produced?
I mean, I that's what I'm wondering, right? But if you did 6 times 166,000 whatever, then that's millions. So
millions of boxes, yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I don't think there's over 1 million boxes of Surging Sparks, right? But that's another thing. I was just wondering if you had any insight on that.
No, I have always noticed that on that. I always talk about it in my breaks. Like it's.
Yeah, because I think I have.
Dude, I think Rudy has a TCG player account that he sells with. I can't imagine he does. No, man. So Rudy's business model is so it's so smart how he set it up. Basically, I'm pretty sure he moves. Yeah, that's where it is. I think Rudy just moves most of all his product through his Patreon accounts now. Like he'll run sales when he needs to liquidate. Now he's like able to, get rid of product through his grading company where he entices people to grade and is able to, give boxes away where he's probably selling his boxes to the grading company. And then, obviously giving them away with grading fees. Like he's got so many different avenues that he can sell without paying fees and having to deal with platforms. that I doubt he has other. I mean, I know he still has an eBay, but it's like very few things on there usually. I just think he set up a great model where he has a good customer base to sell to that obviously he can trust, that he's probably sold to numerous times before, that it's just much easier in dealing with the general public. Question. I got my buddy into seal collecting, but won't buy booster boxes. So what product should I suggest to him? 3-packs, build and battles, check lane blisters. He won't buy booster boxes. Why? Yeah, I mean, check lane. Those are the ones with like the 1-pack and the 1 promo. I'm not a, here's the thing with those and the 3-packs, it really has to do with the promo more than anything, or if you can get like a crazy good price point. Build and battle, same thing. It's like a price point. I mean, booster bundles are probably going to be your closest thing to a booster box at a lower price. The other items are going to be based on like how the cards inside do along with the packs. So I don't know, maybe 3-pack boosters. Have you ever got a question answered or asked a question like this?
What?
His buddy doesn't want to buy BBs. Wants me to suggest another product. 3-packs, build and battles, check lane blisters, etc. I mean, I think booster bundles would be the next closest thing.
Yeah, I mean they're cheaper. I personally like I like 3-pack blisters. I like sleeves.
You like sleeved.
I like sleeve, like 144 count sleeve.
By the way, I'll never buy those again.
Yeah, you did bad with those, right?
Well, not only I did bad, it's just like the amount of work to have to pre-rip all those blisters and then like get all the packs is like the amount of work that took. It wasn't even worth the money I saved from not just buying booster boxes. Like for ripping ships, it's like 10 times the amount of work.
All right, give me 1 second. My father-in-law's here.
Uh-oh.
You're live in front of a whole bunch of people, so no cursing.
At least turn the volume off for him.
I don't know how to do this. How do I mute this? All right.
All right, guys, you got me for a second. Let's talk shit on Nick while we can. Alex, how did you feel when PokePlumber betrayed you and went on Rob Bird's podcast? I love how I clicked on this right when he left too. Yeah, I let him know how I felt. I said that was a full betrayal of our friendship, and I'm not gonna forgive you for this one. All right, could you please define reprints, bring the prices down? Like many, I'm 2 months into the hobby and have not experienced a large reprint. Are there new pre-orders? Do they restock more? All right, so here's the thing with reprints, guys. Good question. The reason people have this like, I don't know, this like Armageddon feeling when they hear reprints is they were probably in the hobby when, probably around like Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike, Battle Styles time, when like reprints legitimately like crushed the price and it's the price stayed there for long periods of time, and or other times in the hobby. But here's what you have to understand: the times where reprints affected products the worst is when the market was not strong, right? It wasn't when we were in an intense bull market like we are right now. It was when we were in more of a bear market and things were low. So that's coming out of the pandemic of 2021 into 2022 is when we got a lot of those large reprints. And that's why a lot of those sets like Shining Fates, all those got crushed during that time, is because they not only got a ton of product dropping, they had tons of supply, but also they had demand falling at the same time. So other times where reprints have happened, Lost Origin. Lost Origin had a reprint this year. Did everyone forget about that? It got reprinted from like 180 down to like 120, and now it's back to 250. Like reprints for good sets, especially if the market's not down, they're just like a bump in the road. They're nothing to panic about. If you're worried about short-term price fluctuations, they can be something to worry about. As long as you're buying the products, you're going to own them for 2-3 years. You can buy more when the reprint happens. If you get in a good price point, odds are the reprint won't even go down to the original price point. Like when the reprint for Lost Origin happened and Silver Tempest happened,
$750 was the lowest.
Yeah, they never dropped under $100, and you could have bought both those sets for like $90 when they were released, because that was back when the MSRP was lower. And so I wouldn't let reprints worry you the way it worries some people. It's just a part of the hobby. And honestly, not every reprint's a huge reprint. Some reprints are just like, what are you doing? I thought you were like trying to take a picture of the stream
No,
or
we're
something.
setting up my new phones.
Okay. But some reprints are just smaller, right? Like we've seen like restocks come with Paldea, you know, SV Base had a reprint when it first came out. The 151 UPCs, those got, they got restocked everywhere. Every Costco in the nation didn't stop those from going to 235 within months. So I don't know. I wouldn't worry too much about it. I think it's more of something people like to like have something to talk about on YouTube and like stir up the drama and get the engagement. I don't think reprints are as big of a deal as people make it out to be.
Yeah, I mean, but reprints are always a good thing, right? So if the market's going insane and you have a reprint, it'll help balance out the pricing so you're not paying $250 for a new set. It gives you a chance. Like if you look at my Lost Origin cases, half of them are from the reprint, right? Because I thought I was going to be able to get more, but Lost Origin did very well. So with the reprint, I grabbed as many cases. And the thing is, not every comic shop will stock up on the reprints, because I remember the reprint, he didn't want to pay $110 a box for the reprint. So he didn't get any more Lost Origins, right? So I had to get it from Cole the Poke Hive, and it becomes a little harder to get the reprint too, depending if your place doesn't want to pay extra on booster boxes. Look, Rudy was the same way back in the day. He was like, screw you, I'm not paying 97. I like paying 80 something, right? So that's why I always tell people, try to get the first print, because no matter what, 90% of the time, Pokemon's not going to reprint a crappy set. They're going to reprint a good set. And then depending on how crazy the market is, it's always going to be more expensive than it was the very first time.
And that's without even getting into the whole first print, second print pull rates.
Yeah, because you can open a first print case of Chilling Reign for booster boxes and get 2 to 3 alt arts. There's been times where you open a whole case and don't even get one in the second print. And I'm telling you, the second print thing is 100%. I think because I've opened so many second print cases and they didn't have anything in it. I'm like,
just say 99.9 so we don't get sued by Pokemon.
Yeah, 99.9. 99.9.
We think it's 99.9% true, but we don't know.
99% true.
Hold on, let's read this two-part thing. All right. Hot take. Pokemon era marks a new beginning for the franchise. I believe this generation is more connected to Pokemon than those in the 90s, with discussions about mass production, everything, investing. I think full art sets starting with from Sun and Moon will eventually surpass vintage Pokemon cards with half arts. We are just at the start of something big. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I think I could see the market caps for modern cards surpassing vintage cards. The price points, there'll be some modern cards that surpass vintage price points, but some of them, like, you're not going to catch up to a first edition Charizard. You're not going to catch up to a Gold Star PSA 10 or.
But the Moonbreon is already more expensive than freaking 50% of your vintage cards at this point. It's insane.
And then when you take the Moonbreon market cap of like 14,000 tens times $2,000, I mean, the market cap's higher than pretty much most vintage cards. So yeah, for sure, there's more money in modern cards at this point. It's just the price points on vintage. Some of them are just too astronomically high. I don't think modern cards are going to be worth 50, 100 grand.
It depends on the card. I mean, dude, you never know. 30 years from now, a Crystal Charizard PSA 10 could be 6 figures, right? You don't know what this is going to turn into. It's only getting bigger and bigger because now we have.
What are we trying to say though? Like, that's a vintage card.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to say I don't think modern cards are ever going to be worth that much.
Oh, because of the pops and everything.
I mean,
the Latios is over $3,000 right now. It's at like 3,500.
Do you think some of these cards could end up being like Gold Star level, like price points?
I mean, the Latios is a Gold Star level card because the Mewtwo was 4,000 and the Latios is 35. So you're technically already there. And I'm pretty sure
Mewtwo Gold Star is only $4,000 in the 10.
Yeah, it was like I got one for 44.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
crazy.
I haven't checked the comps lately. It might be higher with the boom because I know like the Gold Star Gyarados 10 that I had is now selling for like $18,000. And that was a $10,000 card.
I mean, I definitely think the gap is going to keep getting shortened. I mean, look, I don't let you get into the modern vintage debate too much because everyone kind of knows my stance. But like, I don't think anyone can honestly look at the two and really make the case that vintage cards are better than modern. I think it's more of the nostalgia and more of like the people that like really buy into the population. They just love the rarity aspect and all that. Like, I don't think anyone's actually looking at those cards and saying they're better.
Like when you say that, are you talking about the full arts, right, compared to like a half art? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Because
like
some of those arts are really nice,
like tag team alt arts, or Sword and Shield alt arts, or like some of these SIRs from Sun and Moon, like or from Scarlet Violet. It's like it's very clear they're better looking cards.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like this.
Here,
card,
put it this way.
like
this
there's
is
no
pretty,
vintage card as like look how beautiful that is.
Yeah, like put it this way: if you took any one of these top modern cards and it was only 100 population, the way some of these vintage cards were, they would all be worth more because they're all harder. They're way harder to pull than any vintage cards were. They're better looking. The only reason their prices are lower is because there's more of them out there.
There's more pops. Yeah,
that's it.
That's a point. I mean, I go by this: vintage good, modern good. I like both.
I know your take, man. Your take is the same on everything. You don't want to step on anyone's toes. I get you.
Dude, I step on whoever's toes if I don't believe in it.
Your take on Shrouded Fable investing, underwhelming set, is super cheap right now.
I have 8 cases. I have 8 cases of Shrouded Fable coming to me.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Coming?
8. 8
cases. You just bought 8 cases?
Well, I had to get prismatic. So I got a case. I got it was $900 for 1 case of prismatic and 1 case of shrouded.
How much?
$900 for 1 case of prismatic and 1 case of shrouded.
Good deal.
And I think shrouded isn't that bad as everybody says.
I mean, here's the thing. It's just like it goes back to that low risk play. Like if you can get ETBs and they're $30 an ETB, the odds of those being worth 40, 45, 50 in a couple of years, like it's pretty high. Yeah. That's not a crazy amount. And like when you look about percentages, that's like 50+% if it gets to 45, 50. 50+% in a year, 2 years. Would you not take that?
I would. And they're not going to reprint Shrouded Fable. I can tell you that right now.
There's no way.
They didn't reprint Pokemon Go.
They're still in stock. By the way, here, if you want something from distribution, I can get you Shrouded Fable. Ooh. Get you as much as you want, man.
I keep thinking that says Hawk Tua, but it says Hawk Lugia because I can't see.
We got Hawk Tua in the stream. Let's see. Lilone.
I talked to him a lot. I like him.
Who's that?
Ricardo Painting.
Oh. What's a good price to buy a case of Evolving Skies booster box case? You think it'll get team up pricing?
All right. So I say this all the time. There was not that much supply of team up, but there wasn't that much demand of team up. Even though Evolving Skies had those 3 reprints or 3 print runs, you had so much demand, right? And it ate up that supply every time, right? So now when you put 2 and 2 together, I do. I think if you look at how when team up was growing, Evolving was doing the same thing. It's like a mirror. So I could see Evolving hitting these. I mean, it hit 1,000. Why can't it hit 2? It's one of the greatest sets ever in the history of Pokemon. Look at the value inside that box. It's insane.
Well, it's got more value than Team Up does.
Yeah, it has more value than Team Up does. So a good price to buy Evolving right now, it's tough. If you can find a case of Evolving, whether it's first or second print, for $5,500, I think that's a buy right now.
Yeah.
I used to say, like, I don't think it's gonna. Yeah.
I think it could be every bit of what Team Up is in the same time frame. I really do.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I really do.
Funny story about Team Up. So like give everyone an idea of like that wasn't in the hobby back then. So they used to have this Darium's Pokemon. They're still around. Darium's Pokemon.
Yeah, but didn't someone buy it or something?
Yeah, but they got it back. He's making videos again.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They used to do these deals where that you could trade in 1,400 bulk, and they would open a booster box on their channel for like a break, and then send you the cards. And so I did a break with him for 1,400 bulk for a team up box back in the day.
Really?
That's how cheap team up boxes were. Like they were giving
But that's how
away for
expensive bulk
1,400
was back in the day.
Yeah, bulk was actually worth a little bit. Like 1,400
Yeah.
now, like, geez, it's not even anything. But back then it was something.
Yeah, 1,400 bulk is like nothing.
Yeah, it's $14. It's like $14 now.
Yeah, Ricardo Painting. He was he was grabbing a whole bunch of brilliant stars, and I said, grab more, and look at it now. Like he.
I think it was 1,400 bulk. Like, geez, was that right?
Dude, that's low.
I swear,
I know they were bulk was way more expensive because I traded a lot of bulk, and
I feel like that's the right price. It could maybe it was more
because I would trade bulk for cases, right? But I can't remember the exact amount. And then I did that again recently and gave them all my bulk. And man, I don't want to give you the wrong number, but it was way more expensive than what it was now.
Evolving Skies or Cosmic Eclipse. Is it crazy that's becoming the question?
And then I could do the same thing with this.
Yeah.
And then what do I do to here? I'm gonna put you on mute real quick.
All right. I think Nick might give you the Cosmic Eclipse answer. I'm probably gonna say Evolving Skies. I think Evolving Skies has more legs than Cosmic, even though I still think Cosmic Eclipse is probably a better set all around, especially when you add in the character gallery. But I just think Evolving Skies is gonna outpace it from here on out. So that's kind of my take on that one, but we'll get Nick's take when he gets back. Shout out PokePlumber, my hometown in Jersey too, man. Spread the Jersey love. There we go. Matt's giving the Jersey love. A lot of these questions are like geared towards me and Nick. I'm trying to find some that like aren't really. Vintage will always have a special plate in a millennial's heart who has money, but I agree. I think base set, jungle, etc. will eventually fall off. James, I really don't agree. Like, I'm not rich by any means, but I definitely have money. I would never go back and buy like any of the stuff I once owned. Like, I think it's all overvalued. Like, if there are like so many boxes and cards in this hobby between XY, Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield that I would buy for collecting purposes than I would before I would go back and start buying stuff from further back. And it has nothing to do with price points, right? Like, I've got, maybe I can't afford every card in the hobby. Like, I can't afford maybe like a, any of the trophies or like Illustrator, maybe a first edition base set PSA 10 Charizard, but like I can afford 99% of the cards in the hobby. I just have no desire, man. Like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I just got burnt out on it. I don't know. Like, the modern it just has a lot more going for it these days. Collecticon did prove how big it's blowing up in New Jersey by booking 2 events in Edison next year. Are you thinking of coming through again? Absolutely, dude. Yeah, I'll be up there again. Definitely gonna plan some more time to hang with PokePlumber up there and everybody. So yeah, it's gonna be a good trip. I don't know which one I'm gonna come to yet. We're gonna have to plan that out, but yeah, I'll definitely be up there again. $240 a case? Jeez. Where is it $240 a case, Pokemon Dentist? I have not seen it that low anywhere.
We got a special guest.
Hold on, I want to talk about guests for a second. This dude is one of your better guests. He's actually not a guest, ESP Collectibles. He is the co-operator of the Investor and Collector podcast.
Gave me credit. Can you what do they call that? Clip it?
Clip it. Clip it. Alex and Nick, what is if the stagnation in SS is because of Prismatic? There's so much money pouring into Prismatic. There's already been 1,600 ETBs sold already just on TCG Player since November.
Oh my gosh.
Possible. Definitely possible. I mean, here's the thing. Like, every single person that I know that has distribution, including myself, has been told it won't be till at least, not even guaranteed in February, at least until February before we might start seeing more surging sparks. I just think that's way too long to go.
We might not even see it in February though. Like that's the thing. Like we might.
So I just think that's way too long for it to not at least get to like 250 plus.
Yeah, we might see it. We might see Twilight in February. You don't know.
Oh, I want to get your answer on this one.
Oh man. All right.
I said evolving.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna say evolving, but
we both agree that Cosmic's a better set.
Yeah. Like I love Cosmic. That's what really made me dive fully back into like buying cases and everything was Cosmic. But the market, it's evolving. They're the same price right now. Right, Winnie?
I'm trying to see anything else we want to take before we call things today. We're going almost 2.5 hours. It's a good time.
Yeah. Well, did you see what Rudy's doing right now? Because I see people talking about it.
Yeah, we can talk about it. So what's it called? PCG, his grading company?
Yeah, PCG.
So Rudy, if you guys don't know, Rudy from Alpha Investments, he bought a PCG grading company, or he bought like a majority shareholder stake in it. He moved the operation to Florida, and he's been running the grading company in the U.S. And recently, he's put out a special for the end of the year, I guess because December is apparently a low time for them, and that he's going to basically whatever game you grade with, it doesn't matter, whatever game, it's Flesh and Blood, it's Sorcery, it's Magic, it's Pokemon, he lined out specific booster boxes that you're going to get for each one, and all you have to do is grade, I think 25, grade 25 cards, and you get a free box. So for Pokemon, it was a Scarlet Violet base box. So basically, if you grade 150 cards with them, you get a full case of Scarlet Violet base sent to you, as well as all your cards graded at the price it cost. It's pretty crazy.
No, it's awesome. And if you grade like 150, you'll get a whole case of like Scarlet Violet base. So he was like, if you do like even with Flesh and Blood, Sorcery, Magic, like you can get a case, but like it's $20 a card, so 150 cards times 20. You get. Have you ever seen the slabs? I've never even seen a PCG slab. No one's ever brought
I do know they're metal engraved labels though.
Are they?
Yeah.
Can you get a picture up on here? I'm actually curious what these look like.
Yeah, I'll try to find one. All right, yeah, so it's Premier Card Grading. All right, so here it is. These are the slabs, and like so, like the slabs, these labels are all like metal engraved. They're not like paper labels, which is like one of the cool things, I guess. And they do have a pristine. Then I guess they have just like a regular black pristine and a 9, where it's not like they all have subgrades, you know, like Beckett.
Okay.
I mean, honestly, I'm not like the biggest fan of the label.
Man. But I just like Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the same here. Like, I just don't know. Have you ever? I've never even seen those things sell.
No, I've never. I'm telling you, out of all the shows I've ever been to, I've never seen a PCG slab. I've never seen anyone hand me a PCG slab. Like I've seen that upside down one from Japan. That one's really nice, and it's like the grades on the bottom, and like everything's on the bottom. Those are really nice.
Dude, I just typed in Pokemon PCG 9, and there's literally none on the sold
eBay?
listings. There's none.
What about listed?
I'll go to listed. Hold on. They're not coming up. No. I don't think anyone's used him.
Wow. Maybe that's why he's like giving away free stuff.
I wonder like where they get their business from? What card games?
Why isn't he just doing specials like $9.99 a card? You know, like $20 a card's more than PSA is.
I know.
Like that's too much. I don't know.
I said it when he bought it. I said if anyone could make a company that could compete with some of these like big players, it's Rudy. But I don't even think Rudy's got it.
Yeah, because like the thing is, tell me, what are you gonna pay on a first edition, whatever PCG 8 Charizard? I'm gonna pay a raw price for that. I'm not gonna pay a PSA 8 price. I wouldn't even pay a Beckett 8 price.
Well, and another thing, like CGC, like you saw what they did, like their whole marketing strategy was to get a bunch of creators on board to like pump it up and like, they gave the creators a bunch of deals.
All right, but let's be real. They did a lot of sketchy shit because you had a lot of people buying the CGC 9.5s before.
Yeah, they had that whole thing, but like they did a lot of like that. But what you saw is once they turned that marketing budget off, like everything dropped again. They have like barely anyone sending again.
Yeah, but you have PSA at the 1, CGC at the 2, and Beckett at the 3. And Beckett's in a whole whirlwind of mess right now.
Beckett's.
See, this is when you and I start grading booster boxes, bro.
What do you mean, you and I? What do you mean? You mean like we start a booster box grading company? Yeah. Oh my God.
Look at an X-ray machine to make sure they're legit.
I already have one of those. I use it for my pack breaks every time. I feed the packs through it. Once I make sure there's no Moonbreon, I open it.
That's why everyone gets bad heads, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. The only way to do it, man. You can't just give the people any pack. Got it.
This guy did 2 Shining Legends packs and pulls them YouTube right away.
Dude, that's always so bad when that happens because then everyone's just like, yeah, I don't want to buy any.
I don't want to buy it anymore. Yep. That's how it goes. What I heard someone say something about Jersey. Who was that?
Oh, they were just giving you props for representing Jersey. That was it.
My dude. My dude.
A lot of Jersey love in the chat. Dude, the Pokemon community is strong in the Northeast, dude.
Yeah, dude. Jersey. That's why it's very liquid for us around here. Like what you have, there's always someone buying. Like Facebook. I bought a great deal on Facebook Marketplace. I got a team up box. You know about that deal. Team up Unified Unbroken for a great price.
For sure.
Yes, I did. Because North Jersey has a lot of people selling. We're very compact. That's the thing too.
Any tips or YouTube videos you guys would suggest talking about grading cards for people who haven't used PSA or Beckett? Yeah.
You have a video like that, don't you?
Video. Yeah, I could try to find it. Let me try to get to a question that maybe Nick could talk, and I could try to find that. Rudy doesn't seem like much of a seller or very in touch with the actual cards, just a hoarder.
I want to be like that.
Yeah,
I want to be in touch with it, but I want to be the hoarder part.
I mean, you know what though? I get it. Like the deeper and deeper I get into this, I get it more and more. Like Nick that definitely stays like more in tune to the hobby now than I do. Like once you like get more into the business side, you definitely like you don't keep up with a lot of like the nuance of like all the little like, in between stuff as much. So I get it. Rudy probably doesn't know about like actual cards, but he knows all the sealed product prices because that's what he deals with.
Yeah, you can tell when he does like an XY opening, right? Yeah. Like he's like, we got $900 in value, and there's like $50 sitting there. Like that's
what makes it great, though. I should have just asked PokePlumber for a card sharp recommendations. I'm guessing shop recommendations for when I went back to Bergen County for Thanksgiving.
Oh, dude.
Give some recommendations, man.
I do. I just did their boiler for them. Time Warp. You have Time Warp. You have New World Manga. And you have Big Pack Hobby Shop. And you have Zap Comics. Those are the best places around here.
What's the best one? Uh-oh.
You're gonna put me on the spot like that?
I gotta get you into trouble, dude. You don't get into trouble enough. You play. You're sitting the fence on too many subjects. I gotta throw you on one.
Dude, they're all great.
Hey, guys, I left it in the chat. That is the video on how to grade Pokemon cards step-by-step guide I made. So you can definitely check that video out. And it was only made 4 months ago, so it's not old or anything. It's not outdated. It should all be relevant.
Yeah, Big Pack is a Big Pack. My buddy just started that not too long ago, and then my buddy Gian, he's like there all the time. He runs it.
Mike, you said don't answer. Good answer. You guys are no fun, man. We got to get Nick to take a hard side on one of these issues.
Dude, it's either I'm too mean or I'm too nice. It's like pick one.
You're too nice this week. You were too mean last week. You got to find a middle ground next week.
I was running on no sleep last week.
I know we can end things on. Let's talk about the card show this week coming up.
What, mine?
Yeah.
That's the 21st.
Oh, I thought it was just coming up.
No, but it's the 21st, and it's by American Dream Mall.
Oh, yeah, that place was incredible.
Yeah, so it's like right there. It's a huge venue. My buddy Jimmy Wong is it's his first like big show. Like he's done shows before, but this is like a huge show. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this thing goes.
Dude, when we come up for a CollectCon again, you need to take some time off. We need to hit up that for a day.
Yeah, that place is wild. I brought my kids there, and it's like you don't have enough time to do anything there. Like
they have freaking like snowboarding in there. They have ice skating.
They have the Nickelodeon place with all the rides.
Yeah, the rides. Yeah. Like that place is nuts. Like you couldn't. The amount of restaurants in there, it would take you like a week to eat at them all. But yeah, so like that card show though. You're like you're one of like the main what do you call that? Like the sponsored guests?
Yeah, I'm like a sponsored guest there. So I'll go there and I'll buy from you guys. If you have Chilling Rain, bring it to me. I'll have some stuff to sell probably.
You'll be there signing autographs and taking pictures.
I'll be giving kids free packs.
Now, how much do you charge for your autograph now?
Dude, I pay them to take an autograph.
Final Flight TCG, thanks for answering the questions. You guys rock. Appreciate you guys. Everybody, I think we're going to end things there. I think the baby is telling us it is time.
Yeah, he's sleeping right now.
2.5 hours, and that was a good stream. Really appreciate all you guys being here. Nick, how do you want to end it, man? Anything to end things off with?
No, I told you guys right now, Paldea Evolved, Silver Tempest, like those are, I think, the best bang for your buck, and Paradox Rift.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All right, that is episode 3 of the Investor and Collector Podcast. We do this every 2 weeks. We will be back here in 2 weeks from now. I guess that'll be, a week before Christmas by then.
Oh, wow.
And so see you guys all back here then. Thanks for showing up. We're out.